Hey there, Silver-Tongued Devil here, and today we are back with a giveaway for the pirate, Republic of Nassau. Now, I've already covered this game for a good few hours because the devs were kind enough to give me a key. I've then Silver-Tongue pirated my way into another 5, which we have to give away for yourselves tonight. So we'll be carrying on with the save that I had during our last experience. I'll explain a little bit about the game. I'll show off as much as I'm explaining. And yeah, we'll carry on the game in just a moment. One of the things that I do like to see, though, remember, this game is in early access. They're already putting content dates in. This game only dropped like a week or so ago. Now, they are quite important things. And we've also got a little in-game coming soon list as well. So I have asked for a spyglass. It's on the way. We're going to have Dutch and French localization. Good for them. Multiplayer, I think, for anybody who's thinking, oh, multiplayer co-ops pirate game, that'd be amazing. I think it's going to be a versus, or an adversarial, or 1v1, 2v2, whatever you want to, or all v all, whatever you want to call it. I can't see it being cooperative and you even being on the same ship. I hope to be surprised. We also have sword combat coming September, October. So, and then I would imagine there's more things that they want to add and flesh out as well. Right now, we have treasure caves. Now, treasure caves are in the game, or were in the game previously. Now we can actually go out to them, find them, and explore them. I haven't touched this since I played it last week. So I have no idea how the treasure systems work, what's in those caves, other than spiders, because we had a spoiler in the settings. And what we will do is we'll keep the caves huge for for brave explorers, because I am very brave, as we all well know. Right, let me turn you guys back on, and we shall begin. So we'll be skipping the intro tonight, as I said. We'll be continuing my save. Now, what is the pirate Republic of Nassau? Well, first and foremost, I'll get it to day time. Wrong button. Oh yeah, oh, there's going to be all sorts of caves. So what I'm doing here, I'm just paying a gold to skip till morning, because the dark is quite dark, and I don't think you want to be looking at dark continually. So, as you were... Fucking hell. Look at this man with a piratey hat. I bet it's better than my one. So, whilst I prance about deck, let me tell you a little about this game. So, this is from HomeNet Games. This is Pirate Simulator 1.0, I guess. This feels like it is the next logical installment to their mobile games. They do have a handful of mobile games that kind of take on this structure, these sort of menus. Obviously, the graphics have been upped, but the... Oh, is it... Yeah, bear with on the FPS. This is the casting thing again. It will take a little while when I go from the cabin to outside the cabin to catch up. Again, I don't know why HomeNet Games struggle. I will tell you now, this is smooth as butter inside the game, but it just has an effect when I go to and from the cabin, so we'll try and not do that too much, but it should sort itself out pretty quickly. And whilst it's stuttering around the place and sorting itself out, I will talk. It's easy enough to do. So we have full virtual command of our ship. We can't get to the level of sort of like manning the cannons or whatnot, but we do have the ability to steer. We can also lift our hand for full sail and then lift our hand again for to furl sail. Furl sail? Take in sail. There is no degrees to that. That's something that I would like to see. The ability to adjust the amount of sail that we put on. So now you have a crew to manage in that they are a bar. You have hull strength, you have sail strength, we have a number. When I'm gesturing, they think I'm putting my hand up and they want to be underway. I mean, let's get underway. So, and in addition to managing our ship, we are also able to manage our fleet at times, and we also have to manage Nassau, which we are now leaving. Now, when I was playing last, we managed to get a tavern, a storehouse, a doctor's surgery, and something else. Yeah, is there another? I don't want to do it. I like being able to put my hand up to do it, but it's yeah, it's very sensitive. The seas seem to be a little rougher. One of the things that has happened recently is they have put an update in on this game. So there's going to be, yeah, it feels a little bit more sea-like. We have a lean on us at all times because there's a little chop. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. We also have the ability, for those of you who may be seated and find this a little bit difficult, you can hold the left grip button and then actually use the controller to steer as well. So they have thought of a lot of, and you can also throw and raise sail with up and down, so that then allows us to actually move the ship from anywhere on it, which, you know, I mean, it'd be nice if a sailor came there and replaced us so that it actually looks like, you know, we're telling the dude or whatnot. But hey, fledgling, early games. You'll see that obviously, you know, we've got a fully walkable deck as well, even to the point of when we run out the guns. And for anybody who's played anything like Assassin's Creed, should be very familiar with the system. It's a simple up and down on the right stick, and then you can maneuver your vessel. We probably didn't need that grape shot, lads. Don't worry about it, yeah? As far as the ammunition is concerned, for anyone who's played a pirate game, this should be all fairly familiar. Normal cannonball, chain shot for taking down the sails, grape shot for killing the crew, and we have bombs, which, well, they're actually a heavier damaging cannonball, but they're particularly effective against forts. Yes, we are going to be taking down forts. Hello, Mr. Vega. Another thing that I was very happy to see, because you don't get this in a lot of games that do that light touch. I am really liking the amount of movement that we're getting in this swell here. This is brilliant. So previously in these sort of environments, you'd have quite calm seas, and it's looking like they're really pushing into it. Yeah, there are things. I try and ignore these as much as I can because I'm not a massive fan of consumables, especially when you can sell the consumables for a profit. But we also have, as was mentioned, oil for making fire traps, yeah, kind of effective, and gunpowder for basically then landmines. So, but you can get everything that you need to accomplished with your cannons and your lads. So now, hopefully the FPS has kind of settled down a little bit now. You will have seen a little stutter there. Now that is in headset. That's hopefully something that they're going to sort out. The map in this game is absolutely huge, and you can virtually and manually, which I'll show you in a minute, just sail across it. So if you were looking for a reasonably good graphics game, like the pirate detail, the close detail is fantastic. That further away detail, not so good. But who cares? It's all flying past you and it's really far over there. It obviously doesn't look so great on closer inspection, but it doesn't matter. See, we can see land ho over there. Now, what I was going to talk about is you can actually say, hello Ray, you can actually see the wind direction, and if we turn into the wind, there is, depending on our class of vessel, a dead zone where we become becalmed and we have no speed. So, and then obviously the more, the better, depending on the ship and our statistics with the upgrades on that ship, the more we angle ourselves so that the wind is in our rear quarters, the faster we shall go. And also the less steering you do as well. But So if you were looking for just a realistic go and sail your heart out me hearties kind of game, well, you now have it in VR. There's not going to be shooting any of your friends across to board. No. Boarding actions are quite simplistic in this, but that's what we're going to be showing off next. Now, if you didn't want to be doing this all the time because it takes a bloody long time to do anything in virtual mode, and previously you weren't and you still can't do the time boost in this mode. However, we can go to this view, kind of like a god mode. You can see our flag, you can see our ship. This is what we painted up last time. There are extensive customization options. Could do with more as far as the sails are concerned, but I don't know if anyone guessed or not, but we're pretty piratey. We'll take it in any color as long as it comes in black. And then from up here, it's I've debated whether being here or actually being just above where the crow's nest would be in these ships would be better or not. This is actually quite a good view. Now, we have full control of our vessel from up here. We've got the ability to do everything that we could on deck except raise our hand. That's that little stutter that I was talking about as you go from area to area. That's that little stutter that I was talking about as you go from almost like quadrant to quadrant on the map. It is quite noticeable, but you kind of get used to it. To be fair, a lot of what you're doing is going to be fast travel. Now, you will see that we have struck the black, and we are running Spanish colours. Why, oh why? Well, for there is what I would assume to be a Spanish... Well, galleon's a little bit of a strong term, I think. There is Spanish on the horizon. Let's go and take them, shall we? So we kind of have the weather gauge here in that the wind is going directly into them, which means they won't be able to get away from us quite so fast. Now, yes, even at full sail, even with the wind behind us, getting close to them is going to take us all sodding day. And yes, we could use our bow chasers or fore chasers, whatever you want to call them, the cannons at the front of the ship, to fire sail shot or chain shot, as you would call it, to try and take their sails out in an attempt to slow them down so that we can catch them, finish them up, kill the crew and board them, take their ill-gotten gains, or probably legit now in the Spanish, their legitimate gotten gains. But again, with all of these things considered, it is still going to take some time. Whilst I capture them, you guys can have a chance to win a copy of this game. So if we'll start our first giveaway for the evening, if you would like to drop a pirate flag, or the pirate flag emoji by typing pirate flag, or as soon as you put P-I-R-A-T or what have you, you should get the flag. Drop the pirate emoji in the chat if you would like to win a copy of this game when I call a stop. The ravishing pirate Siobhan shall pick us a winner. We have 5 copies to give away tonight, so get those pirates in, and I will chase this one down. After I've done this, oh, just before I go and smash them to pieces, has the frame rate calmed down now? It does seem to be a problem. I've seen this problem with other casting games as well. For instance, in IDU, the game used to stutter and pixelate when you went from one portal into a portal and then back to the normal game every time. But so we have, thank the gods, time boost. And yes, I do see what you're saying with the hands, but it's like, what do you replace them with? What do you replace them with? But again, that's a dev thing, isn't it? So we have a time boost, which then basically allows us to put the game into what I'd say is about 4 times. I'd like to be able to adjust that as well, but most importantly, even if we just had 1 time boost, I'd like to be able to use the time boost on the deck. Yes, it'll be a bit disconcerting and discombobulating, but it means you can spend more time on the deck. And come on now, people, we're playing VR. I want to be spending as much time on the deck as possible. I'll talk about this little bit of stutter and what I think is causing it a little bit later. Now, you'll see this dead zone here. As you've seen, if we turn into that, that's because that's the direction of the wind. Will be smashed down to a snail's crawl very quickly. Random events as we are just out sailing, and believe you me, even with the time boost, the map is ridiculously large. But if you're sailing VR, you've got some sailing to do to be able to get anywhere, which then makes time boosting preferable. But unfortunately, skipping from location to location is usually what happens. Now, these little micro stutters you see, what I think they are is, if you imagine the map is divided up into lots of little squares, and I believe that stutter is almost like a loading time between those squares. I'm sure they can optimize the hell out of that so they know what kind of direction that you're heading in and start preloading. But until we get something like that, you'll get little micro stutters. They're probably worse because I am streaming this at the same time, but you will definitely see them. Again, the sometimes stutters that I get when I am streaming in various games. Oh, we're gonna grape shot the hell out of these guys as well, because I want their stuff and I want their ship. Ooh. Okay. You can see the blue bar there represents crew. If we can get their blue bar down to the dark blue, that will mean that they have not enough crew to sail the ship and will surrender. There are other things that we can do. We can actually drop our Spanish colors and raise the black. It increases our rate of fire by 10%, but you will anger other nations faster by having your ship associated with raising the black and indeed being a pirate. At this point, we're just an opportunist. We don't need hanging. We just want your things. Your things. As I said, you can do all the combat from VR as well, which then involves you steering and dropping and raising sail and making use of your cannon. Now, what you'll see here, I'd like to see a little bit more from the boarding in this game, but we don't have combat. As long as you have more crew than they do when you've put their complement down to basically a minimum, and that's when wait. That's when they surrender. We literally press A to board the ship. And again, I don't know what the stuttering's like. Oh, that's kind of calmed down now. I know we had a fair bit of stuttering at the start of the last stream, but that looks like it's calm. It looks like not when we come to this level, but when we go back up. So be prepared for stutter, people. But I can tell you that you'll only get it in the stream, not in the game. So, and do please, because we do quite a lot of giveaways, and if you're part of the Discord, it makes our job easier to give you your keys if you are lucky enough to be a winner, and also you'll be able to get notified quite easily of any other giveaways that I do, plus the videos that I do. And I mean, I could say we've got a reasonably good crowd of me hearties there, so if you're after games as well, you know, we're always itching to play stuff, the vast majority of us. We have enough crew to capture this ship. You can do it, or just take all the cargo and cannons from the surrendered ship. I will be taking all of that, but we'll be taking it via capturing the ship. That ship is now ours. It is now part of our fleet. You will see that we are playing as Edward Lowe. Poor Edward Lowe and his only one working eye. Well, I've already got past season 2. Poor Captain Edward Lowe. Great character. If a bit one-dimensional. And we are actually Captain Edward Lowe. We started as it is John Rackham, but he's known as Calico Jack. I call him Jack Rackham, and most people call him Jack Rackham, and he's called Jack Rackham in the series. So Jack Rackham is who we start out as on the William. We then move up to Anne Bonny on the Dread, I think it was. No, the Revenge. It was something like that. And we're now we've got up to Edward Lowe. So this is almost like your level up system. As you do what the pirate lords, I suppose, for want of a better term, I mean, I know they are captains, but these are legendary ones, are they not? So as you do what the legendary captains ask, for instance, shipyard, forge, lighthouse, fort, you can then unlock the ability to challenge these captains, and then if you win them, you win the captain to your side, you also win their vessel to your side, and then you can actually use that vessel. There are a decent amount of vessels in this. I've had close to a first rate, so that would be sort of like, well, in this age, like 90 to 100 guns. That does include the fore and bow, the fore and stern chasers. We are currently playing as Edward Lowe in the schooner called the Fancy. By embodying one of the captains, you also get a little bit of a special skill. His fearsome reputation, because he's a fucking nutcase, reduces the cost of gathering intelligence in taverns by 50%. This is very good early game. His ship is at our command. We're actually on it now. I changed the colours. I hope you like them, Ned. So, Anne Bonny is off on a mission. Also, Jack Rackham is also off on a mission. So when you are not using the other pirate lords' abilities, skills, and ships, you can send them off to go and do stuff, and then they return with a hold full of swag for you to use. Let's have a quick look. Now, we have 2 ships in our fleet at the moment. One of the things I will say is, do note that you can actually click on the cannons and take the cannons off of prizes. This is actually better when you come to selling scrap ships than just selling them with the cannons on. They're quite heavy, but they are worthwhile the gold and in demand. Making money as a pirate is particularly easy. How? Here's how, or at least here's how soon. So that sounds like enough piratey flags in the chat. Von, if you would be so kind as to pick as a winner. Now, you'll see that we've done a little bit of work here. We have Florida up here. We have the Bahamas here. We have a lot of open ocean. I haven't sailed to the edge of the map yet. That is something that I plan on doing when I've got some time to... Well, when I'm not saving this for streaming and I've got some time to play it. We are able to come down as far as Hispaniola. Puerto Rico is there. The Windward Islands, and then all the sea that separates them. The game even goes as far down as Panama and your Southern American continent. And that is your lot. But as you can probably see, it is quite a huge fucking map. And it is massively populated as well. It doesn't look it at the moment. Why? Because we haven't discovered all of the shipwrecks, the treasure caves, the ports, the smugglers, the pirate hideouts and smuggler hideouts. We haven't discovered all of this yet. Oh, well done, Dredd. The way we do that is through going into taverns and paying scallywags for the information, or buying the information from the bigger towns, or you can physically go and sail the coasts, and as you come across places, you will be discovering them and they will be marked on your map. When they are marked on your map, you can simply press on them and sail to them. It will cost you a certain amount of time, it will cost you a certain amount of wages, and it can have other costs as well. I'll explain the sextant a little bit later on. For those of you who don't know what a sextant is and don't really care, think of this as almost like fuel efficiency, and the higher percentage you keep that, as long as it's over 0 at the moment, then the more efficient your fast traveling is. We can calibrate our sextants at lighthouses only found in the larger places. So, I know what you're thinking. So this is looking pretty good. You know, there's quite a lot of things to do. There's VR, there's systems, there's all that sort of good stuff in there that we like. Yes. Now, I'm a stat nerd at heart, and there's some things in this game that make me smile every time. You will see that there are 10 captains to capture, or bring to your side. There are a total of 19, I think that is 19 different ships, or maybe that's the amount that you've captured, don't know. This is the amount of buildings that we have built in Nassau, which I will get to soon, and the population. Reputation, there is a reputation system. Would you, Adam and Eve, it that if you keep going out and knocking the shit out of the Spanish and the French and the Dutch and Denmark, they will eventually get pissed off with you, declare you as pirate, and start attacking Nassau. Wrecks, 16. Treasure locations, 12. Outcast camps, 16. British ports, 22. Spanish ports, 25. And then 10 of each of the rest. This is a lot of locations to explore. You will also see, they've got to sort this out. I hate it when you try and move over something and it pushes you away. I'm leaning, man. You will see that there is a green above these locations, and what that denotes is that that is what they have in abundance. So for instance, Melbourne has lots of logs, whereas if we go to Dead Man's Cove and go and meet the smugglers, because the gunpowder is in red, we know that that's what they want. You also have a quest log as well that tells you all the things that you can accept missions for, do, and be done. Now, we have a vessel on us that we do not need anymore. So what we are first going to do, and you will see it right there, this is ours now. And if we were to sail away, and I'll fast time it so that we can see if I can get the cannons in. There we go. There's a little snap turn system. This is actually really helpful when you're fighting. You will see that they have indeed raised the black, because they're not quite as clever as us to coat ourselves in the flags of the nations that we're chasing, and they are now part of our convoy. Unfortunately, it's probably my biggest gripe about this game. The AI, whether you are with them or against them, are about as useful as a bag of spanners in a hammer fight. Yeah, I mean, insert your own useless phrase here. Chocolate fireguard, chocolate teapot. The AI is not very good. Again, that's something that can be addressed, or maybe they've just kept it nice and easy for us so that we can get into the game. And then hard mode, and Iron Man mode is coming soon. So, best bring me that horizon. Now, we could indeed sail to exactly where we need to sail. However, we want to be going quick. Let us go to a outlaw camp with the express intention of selling our newfound allies. Now, again, the dark isn't too bad in this, but I will endeavour to try and keep this in the daylight as much as possible. But one of the beauties that casting through the quest does have is you should be able to... Let me check. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? I've had much darker on stream, let me tell you. In the same lighting conditions, MetaQuest Developer Hub doesn't do very well with that. So, we have now arrived in port. Let us go back down to here. You should have the option as well to be able to stay at the map when you fast travel. It doesn't need to do a loading screen every time we go. It could just put us there and black screen, swipe away or what have you. Now, we are in port. We have dropped sail, which then means that we can interact with this port. Let me wait until morning, because that's the other thing that I've asked the devs about as well, or mentioned in previous streams, is that at night it is very fucking dark down here, which is very atmospheric and it's very moody, but it's really hard to read. Anyway, so we can visit the tavern to go and get information. We can go to the shop and buy and sell goods, and we can go to the shipbroker to sell. Now, here is my first tip. Don't just go to the shipbroker with the thing that you've got and sell it. They will not pay you for the cargo. They will not pay you, cheeky boys, very much for the cannon. So you will see now that this ship is worth 235 if we were to sell it to the broker. That's actually not a bad price, which probably means, oh, it's a schooner, but it's a trade schooner, probably less cannons and upgraded hull space. We don't want to be anchoring it because it's not a pirate captain. I don't know how to change the status yet, but I'm hoping they add that. I don't think it's a thing yet. So what we are going to do here is we are going to manage our cargo. They do not need those cannonballs. We do. They don't need the chain balls either. We'll have them. They can be relieved of their cotton and of their planks. We're now pretty full. The other thing that we can take off of this vessel, remember that price, 235, is we can take, we haven't got a very big ship at the moment, but we can take an additional 3 cannon. They will be stored on board. If we lose cannon, and you can during combat, you can then replace them. So it's not a bad, you want to be selling them. You don't want to be doing that. Now, unless they've changed it, if we now go back to port and go to the shop, go to port and go to the shipbroker, you will see that the price has decreased by 10 per cannon that we've taken. So that's gone from 235 to 205. So you'd be probably quite correct in thinking, oh, well, in that case then, cannons aren't worth very much, are they? Especially when you've got almost 6 grand in gold. Cannons are only worth 10 gold a pop. 10 gold a pop? What's the point? Well, it just so happens that they're worth 18 gold a pop. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you are stripping the cannon off of every single ship and then selling them directly to the port, you are getting more. If I wanted to go through the rigmarole of it, I could take every single cannon off there, and I'm basically making an extra gold per sale. But I won't do that. I'll just sell what we have here. So for those of you who refuse to be lazy, there is good money in cannon. The thing is, as well, it is worth noting, because I didn't realise at the very start of this game, that you can actually take the cannon off of captured or other ships that are part of your fleet. So we shall go to port. I could do that. I'm not going to spend the time to do it. So we've taken 6 cannon off. We've sold each of those cannon for 18. We're up on what he was initially offering us. Now we'll sell the ship. Thanks very much. You don't get a lot of gold for selling ships. If you have the convincing through Stabby, the promise of Stabby of Anne Bonny as your captain, you can increase the ship broker price. It's not by a lot. So, yes, this is, so yeah, everything that you see on my channel, for the most part, and I'll make a song and a dance if it's not, is going to be Quest native. And hello, Paul, welcome to the stream. So, that's us reduced our fleet. Now, I mean, a pirate's life for me is all well and good, and we can go around and plunder the seas, but how do we set our foundations in the world? Well, I'm glad you asked, chap. We go to the port of Nassau, or Nassau, or Nassau, or whatever language you speak, and its derivative of that. So, this is Nassau. This is where we can spend our ill-gotten gains. We can also use our material to increase the buildings, the amount of buildings, and their level, and the various effects. So this is kind of like your economy system. There, like for instance, we have a tavern here, which not only allows us to claim a small cash income, because we haven't got much of a population there. We haven't got a lot of patrons, but we can also get rumours, information about ports, find out about various ships that we can go and engage, and then we've also got the ability to hire and release crew as well. We have a warehouse. What better place to store all of those things that we have? We have the ability to make up a shipyard. You will see that I have a lumber mill here. Bring logs in, wait for the guys, they'll make us some planks. Yarr! I should have said profit, but yarr, it'll do. We have the ability to build a church. It increases the population of our God-fearing citizens. We have the ability to build a lighthouse. There is a quarry for quarrying stone. The lighthouse allows us to recalibrate our sextant at Nassau. We have the ability to build a fort, because you better believe I'm going to be pissing off people tonight, and if I don't intercept them before they get to Nassau, we're going to need that fort. The shipyard allows us to do our upgrading, paint jobs, and renaming of our ships. Sailmaker turns cotton to cloth. Forge turns metal to various ammunition types. And I mean, if you don't know what goes into a distillery and how the rum comes out, I can't help you. Clue for you, it's sugar, not alcohol. So let us see what we actually have to do here. The merchant ship was caught in the storm in this area. They managed to survive, but waves washed away some of their cargo. There may still be some cargo floating around in the area. Should we go and check it out? So it isn't just about go out there, destroy ships, capture ships, get all the ill-gotten gains, build up the island. There are lots of distractions. If jumping on board and sailing the one sea isn't enough for you, I mean, you might be able to drop off the edge of the map. Maybe we'll find that out in another stream. But if all of the sailing in VR, there is a lot to do in this game. Not necessarily in VR, but I'm hoping to show some of that off now. So let's go and see one of the kind of mini games of the game. So merchant ship was caught in a storm. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Oh crap, I forgot to empty the... Oh, actually, have we got enough hold space? Probably. So this is kind of like a little mini game in that these are the equivalent of gunpowder casks. We can't pick them up. They are mines. We have to negotiate the minefield. Don't get hit by the mines. Juicy cargo in the middle, all pointed to by lovely little arrows. Hopefully we've got enough space to pick it up. Various piratey phrases being shouted at me, like, you know, look out for those barrels. It's all nice. I hope they add sea shanties to this game. It's the one thing that would really up. I would want to spend more time on that deck, regardless of any features added, if I was able to, maybe based on a morale system, make the crew sing for me, a la AC4, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So all we have to do is calmly and quietly negotiate our way into the middle of this minefield. We then stop. And unfortunately, it is just a simple system of press the A button to pick up the cargo. And that's it. That's mission complete. It's nice, though. It breaks things up. Yes, that is a storm. Yes, the seas will get rough. I'm hoping they will get rougher now that there seems to be more movement on the seas. I think the dev might have initially, or the devs rather, might have initially played it safe with this game and kept things quite calm, because VR and swishing around on the sea, well, they don't really mix unless you're quite hardened to the whole VR thing. So they want that mass appeal. It feels like there is more, as I was saying, it feels like there's more sway to the ship. Now, here is a random event. We're pirates, they're pirates. Well, they're actually regarding us as hostile now. We have two actions here. And these are the random events that can happen during the randomly found or randomly asked for tasks that you can get. We have somebody on the horizon. This is why I think we need a spyglass. I want to be able to identify what kind of ship that is. And to do that, I need to be on the deck. Somebody hand me my spyglass. I want one of those really long ones as well. So what we'll attempt to do is pretty dangerous, but you can fight here. It's just not as easy as fighting up there. So this one, we'll see what we can do to her. The one thing that I will say as far as aim is concerned is you want to put it kind of just in front of the ship. The guns are actually calibrated to hit where you are where they are supposed to. So, for instance, normal cannonballs are calibrated with the perfect shot to do what those should do and hit the deck. Now, I think we're coming up short there. But it also depends on the speed of the vessel as well. A grape shot is designed to skim over the top of the deck, and the sail side of things... Okay. The chain shot is designed for the sails, so you'll see that I'm planning on aiming just on them here, and we're now starting to do damage. You will... This guy is almost annoying as the fucking bug in Hellsweeper, in that we have cannonball and some of those shots are landing a little high, so we're actually being told off. You can see the life bar on their ship. I'd like the ability to turn life bar off and it to be a little bit more visual. Now, they do have quite the hull on them, so I think we'll just sink them. It's probably for the best. A pirate's life for me, not for you. They are and we got a critical hit there. That's nice to see. No bracing for impact as well. That would be a nice little touch, I think. You can see that they're pretty wrecked. And that is not, if you were watching the last stream, that is not a ship that I am going down on. No, no, not this time. And then if we sail to the side of this ship, they will have dropped their crew and some of their cargo. Hello, zombie. Thank you, Von. God, has it been an hour already? Jesus, time flies when you're having fun. So, if we sidle up to the remains of that pirate ship and drop sail, we'll then get the ability to rescue survivors. This will add more sailors to our crew. It doesn't matter if you go over your crew, but obviously there's no, like, possibilities of mutiny for going over your crew capacity. However, the more crew you have, the more wage you have to pay them. But, counter to that, the more crew you have, the bigger prizes you can take as well. So, I do believe everything is shipshape and sorted here. We've done a little bit of pirate on pirate action. Let's get back to Nassau, sell our ill-gotten gains, and go and do something else in this game. And whilst I do that, you guys can try and win another copy of this glorious little game. If you would like to enter the draw, please do so by putting the pirate flag emoji in the chat for your chance to win a copy of this game. We have 3 after this one, but 4 left to give away. So stay tuned. Even if you don't win, you could win again. But, and I will reiterate this, you do need to be here and putting the pirate flag in for each of the draws. What can I say? I'm cheating you guys out of your retention, or I'm cheating my way into retention by offering you guys keys. You asked for better streamers. I give you Silver Tongue Devil. So, let us get us to Nassau. Now, you will also see that we don't actually... Oh, God, let me get below. We don't actually have to sell every single ship that we come across. Sorry, I'm trying to keep things light and airy for you good people. We don't have to sell every single thing that we come across. We can use it, as you can see, we can now upgrade things and get new things. The other thing to note with ships that you commandeer, win through challenges, and what have you, can actually... Thanks, Vaughn! There can be managed in port. You will see that the last game that we did, we've captured a few ships. They are now docked in port. When something is docked in port, you can't see it, but you can have up to 3 vessels under your command safely. What I believe the game works is you can actually have more than 3, but it is a last in, last out policy. So if you take more than that capacity of 3, you'll lose the first ship that you captured or had in your fleet. I'm sure it'll not include pirate captains within that as well. So long and short of it, you can have up to 3 vessels in your fleet safely. You can still capture things at that point, but if you then sail to another location, they just disappear. I mean, it does say that, you know, they're pirate captains, they're going to make an attempt to get away. So, but I'd like to be able to change that. I'd like an ability to be able to upgrade your command, because it's not like the game... Thanks. It's not like the game can't handle it. So, but maybe they had a problem with, like, when you have an massive fleet of ships, they just all start T-boning each other. Anyway, so let us manage some of our cargo. Now, the Dutch, Von and Athon's good people, were kind enough to donate a whaler to our cause, I believe. We have a 24-tonner. This actually holds more in its bowels, after I upgraded it, than the island's warehouse at the moment itself. And this is a little bit of a dangerous game, because these ships would have to go into combat if the port got attacked. Another one of my tips, you come across the ability to take a whaler, you take it, you upgrade its hold, you keep it in the bay, and all of a sudden you can double, triple, quadruple, 5 times your warehouse and your stock capacity, whilst not even having to upgrade anything. There is a little bit of risk, but we like a little bit of risk. So let's move all of our ill-gotten gains into the Evelyn, so we can get back out there and do piratey things. So you see, we're getting up to that 24, so we could really do with finding a... Von, I don't suppose you'd give me the coordinates of any other whalers, could you? Nowhere... Nowhere I can find... Hey, chat. Nowhere I can find any whalers. Do you know where whalers like to hang out? See what I did there for those of you who like Shenmue. Right, so... we are going to go and have a look at a wreck. So, excuse me. Here, 177 miles at 11 knots, because we have full sail capacity or full sail. There's also upgrades as well. We'll get to that soon. And then we have a 16-hour travel time, and it will cost us 10 coin. The only thing we do need to do, because as I said... old Jack Rackham's back, and he's got that plunder, baby. So we need to find the William. Where's the William? Or did I rename it? No, I renamed it. It's not the William, is it? Because we started out in it. It is the HMS Rottencrotch, but where's it gone? Oh, have we got too many ships? He should be here. He should be in port, or has he joined our fleet? Ah, here we are. The HMS Rottencrotch. Why are we not able to... oh, well, never mind. Doesn't matter. We can go to our warehouse and do it that way. Where? There we are. The HMS Rottencrotch. Now, the HMS Rottencrotch isn't the ship that old Jack Rackham sailed. It was indeed the William, but historically, there's accounts. So... but we renamed that the HMS Rottencrotch, which she may see service under my guided pirate hand one day, but it shall not be this day. But you will see that because we sent him off on a mission, he's come back with some ill-gotten gains. What I have found with this game at the moment, I always send them with a few cannonballs. I've never sent them out plundering with nothing, because it just doesn't feel right. But the more hold space they have, the more they can return with. Let's get all of Jack Rackham's haul into... there. We'll take some of his grape shot off him as well, and a little of his cannon. The thing is, you don't actually need to hold a lot of cannon or shot or chain or grape or even bombs a lot of the time on ship. You can make do with the bare minimum, because you just capture one ship and then you get loads. Plus, it's all like 1 gold per one anyway, so getting hold of grape shot can be a little bit of a problem if you're not friends with the right ports. So that's something that we'll be taking advantage of. So, now that we have unloaded Mr. Jack Rackham's ship, we will send him back away again on a piratey mission. Here, Jack Rackham's special ability, he reduces ship repair costs. Now, the other thing to note, we'll send him anyway. The other thing to note, so he'll now be away for 20 days and come back with a full hull. Yay! The thing to note is that if you had other pirate captains under your fleet command, as in they are in your fleet, when you pull into dock or in combat or whatever their ability may be, those abilities stack. As long as they are in your fleet, you would get them. So for instance, if we had Jack Rackham and Bonnie and say Charles Vane, because they would indeed, if you watch Black Sails anyway, sail together quite happily, we would reduce damage to all ships under our command during retreats. From him, from Anne Bonny, we would get 50% more from smugglers and sale pricing of ships, and from Captain Jack Rackham we would get cheaper repairs and upgrades, I think it was, or it might just be repairs. No, one of the other captains. You will also see some are referenced in the series. Sam Bellamy, I think he got more of a mention in Treasure Island, which is a book that I haven't read, but I've been told about that. Mary Read, I don't think was in Black Sail. Benjamin Hornigold is captain, my captain. Guess what he wants? He wants a fort because he's the guy that commanded the fort. We then have Black Bart, Edward Teach, that's Blackbeard, everybody, and Henry Jennings, who actually is I think that's the guy who comes across with Guthrie after things happen with her on Nassau and comes back to pacify and retake the island. I think that's Henry Jennings. I might be wrong. Anyway, these ones have special conditions. We could go and get these three. We could go and get Black Bart, who does indeed have a frigate, now, by going to Pittstown and destroying the fort. We could get Blackbeard now by going to Fort Dauphin and, again, taking the fort. We could go and get Henry Jennings right now by going to Maracaibo, and look, right, I'm not butchering Nassau, but I will butcher that one. We could go there, and then again, we only get the right to challenge them, though. You wouldn't get them straight away. So, right, that's probably last orders on pirate flags. If you haven't got a pirate flag in the chat up until this point, you will not be in the draw. So you can correct that by simply putting a pirate flag in the chat. I'll give you another minute and then we'll call it there on the draw. Now then, I am going to go for a little swim. Not that kind, not yeah, I'll try not to do too many spoilers. We need a shipyard next. I'm going to add that to the log so that we can look at our quest log and see what we need. One thing that will help us get that together is a better lumber mill, so quicker production on lumber. So when you make or in some circumstances upgrade the buildings, they actually change on the beach of Nassau. Right, let's get back down there. And we do need to do this, but I'm trying to keep hold of my plank at the moment. We don't want a distillery yet because I'm not in a state of play to start dishing out the rum, because the rum is indeed gone. We do need to think about that soon. We want to get a shipyard because then we get cheaper repairs, cheaper upgrades, and we then become basically self-sufficient once we have this, and kind of the lighthouse as well. Having said that, we're going to be pissing around a little bit. Let's upgrade this.
Starting the reconstruction.
Now we've got plenty of space in the hold. The other thing to note as well is that I do wish they made us so that we had to turn the wheel more as well. I feel like this pirate ship has power steering, and I mean, I'm no historical expert on pirates, but I didn't think they had power steering. You watch every single one of them, and that is not enough to about port or about starboard now, is it? Or larboard and starboard, depending on how old-fashioned you are. So let us go and do something different whilst Von picks us. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the stream. It is very good. It's the one thing that I will say, Jeff, is it's as much work as you want it to be. So, but yeah, Von, please pick us a winner. Oh, let him. Oh, you might have missed that one. We'll see. Right. Let us go and have a look at a shipwreck that we haven't visited yet, which would be either of these. I hope that's coming. That's one of the things that you can't do. One of the things that you can't do is you can't just jump off at a port and walk around. And I don't think that's coming. However, there are little things that we can do that might be coming. We shall see. I mean, we've got the ability to go into treasure caves now. That's what we're going to be looking at next. So these are the little events. They're worth a little gold to you. I'll tell you now, weaseling your greedy little guts out. Wait, I'm gesturing, men. Weaseling your little guts out on that horizon is a lot more profitable than diving for fucking pearls. But it is nice that we are able to do it. Now, I am out here on the old longboat, and we're going in. Well done, Ricallan. Now, the one thing that I do want from this is to actually have to swim, and I would also like to have an oxygen bar as well, and then the ability to upgrade that, or, you know, maybe, I don't know, take a fucking airbag down here with us, or a little deep sea diving bell suit that just says that it increases the amount of oxygen. But we can indeed go for a full swim, and there is ill-gotten gains down here. You will find gold, you will find treasure, and this, now it's important to come down here now, though, because, well, we don't know yet, because we don't know how lucrative the treasure islands are, but things like that, ooh, that's been upped. Okay, so maybe they've upped the amount of gold that you can get here. Like, this is no-risk gold. The thing that is good about these missions is, if you are a quite disastrous pirate, or, even better yet, a beginner, this is a great way to get some cash very easily whilst you are learning the game. It would allow you to get... Steady! It would allow you to get some coin together to be able to go, if you zeroed out, say, on cannon shot, or you ran out of money, you can just come to one of these and have a little bit of a swim about and do what you gotta do to get that there gold. There is a number of collectibles upon this wreck. I'd like to be able to sail into the hold. I'd like to be able to move this out the way and sail into the hold. Because once you start going that deep, then an oxygen system becomes a bit of a panic. But first and foremost, before you do anything else, come on, lads. Come on, HNG Games. It's VR. Fuck's sake. Why am I being forced to swim? Or not forced, but at least the, you know, option to be able to do this. There are indeed pearls down here as well, not black ones. And it's all worth cash. Not very much, but it's all free and easy cash. This game is not designed to be difficult. It almost feels like it's a bit of an experience game more than, you know, something that's going to really, really test you. But then there's also the factor that I've played games like this before, and I know the kind of systems that they have, how to, like the little cannon thing. There's so many little things that you can do in this game to exploit the system for every gold doubloon going, and you better believe that I'm going to, because I like knowing about these things, and then if I can sort a deal out with HNG Games, maybe I'll be doing some tips and tricks videos. We shall see. We shall see. But, I mean, there's loads that I could talk about this game. I am hoping for, like, a bit of a hardcore mode. I am hoping for an Iron Man mode as well. One of the ways that I can tell you this game is, I won't say easy, just very user-friendly, I suppose, is a better way to talk about it. One of the ways that I can tell you that I know this game is very user-friendly is the fact that if you die, it just kind of takes you back to when you fast-traveled there. So you're not going to be punished whilst you're learning. For someone like me, I want a hardcore account. I mean, granted, there is only one save. Granted, if I die, I could delete my own save. So you could argue that we already have a hardcore mode in this game, but I don't know. I'd like it to be enforced because, you know, then you can have leaderboards and stuff as well. Who can make it through the game with the most gold? Because every minute you spend out on those oceans, especially if they made it a little bit more difficult, is time when the British Navy could come sweeping in and take Nassau, or the Spanish could track you down as the filthy pirate that you are. This I like. The textures aren't even that bad either, considering this is just stuff we're looking at. You were able to do this, but only from the wrecks in the previous update. The other thing is there is a jump button as well. So I say that they're not going to have fully explorable ports and fully explorable towns. I don't think this is the sort of game where that's the scope. The scope is in a different direction. It's not in the detail, it's in the broadness of the systems, I think. But there we go. Right, let us get us back aboard my glorious fancy. Where's my boat? And yeah, just in case I didn't say, well done. Yeah, I think I did say well done, McCallum. Excellent work. So that leaves us with 3 copies to give away. See about doing the next one in about half an hour or so. 20 minutes, half an hour. Just in case anyone wants to put the kettle on. I'm not going to be surprising you anytime soon. Now, again, these have now, previously they were just a decent source of gold, no risk, but not much. And also this cargo that I've released, we can actually collect that now as well. But we'll head back to the old longboat. See what we can pick up from over here. Nothing. Good. Don't know how well this is going to work. Part of the problem with this bit is that the command to send out the longboat is the same as picking up the barrels. So let's see if we can drop sail. Give me the cargo. Good, good. Last time I pushed them away from the wreck and I had a massive problem picking them up. So don't do that. Although that feels like what you should do, don't do that. Now, we could just fast travel straight out of here, but I'm trying. The VR element of this is very enjoyable, and you can do as little or as much of it as you want to. But let's face it, it's a VR game. There's also a storm over there as well. I'd like to see... Oh, did you just beach up my glorious vessel? You, sir! You, man! At the cannon! Answer your captain! This is your fault!
Throw the sails!
Might beach it. Right, cool. That has done us a middling amount of damage to our hull. So the other thing as well is, because we're in a slightly bigger ship, I think we're in a sloop as opposed to a schooner, we are deeper in the ocean and a bigger hull. So we can hit reefs and coastland a lot easier. When you start getting the really big ships like your war galleons, that this is what this goes up to. So your first rates, your 100+ cannon sort of ships. So let's go and have a look at a storm, shall we? Because I'm liking the amount of movement there is on the waves now, and it looks like it's been increased. So I'm hoping for a really stormy storm. I'd also like to think that if you get trapped in one of these, you can't just time skip out of it. Oh, the storm's clearing up. And then, as you are in this storm, random events will happen. Probably. Yeah. Oh, is that an asteroid? Oh, it's bounced off the hull. As said, we took her into rough seas previously. I want rougher seas, if I'm honest. I want to see... I mean, we're not talking... I mean, if there could be, like, some maelstroms and some tsunamis, that'd be great. Let's try not to get hit by the lightning, shall we, everybody? No sea monsters, no. So that's the difference with this game is if you are after your childlike pirate games, I think you know where to go. This is not for you, children. No squeakers. No squeakers in the multiplayer, please. No squeakers allowed. This one is your pirate sim. So, as I said, the developers of this one actually have mobile games that do look in their mechanics and you know, the presentation and I suppose the art style. I mean, yeah, it could potentially. Maybe a special events for like Halloween or something. I mean, you could have a Kraken, but they wouldn't attack a ship. So this is your pirate sim game. If you were looking for something that is a little more realistic and a little bit more real, then you would get it. Does this even look like a storm to you? This is a lot of Kraken. A lot of Kraken indeed. What is she, Mr. Smee? Ah, she's Dutch by the look of those colours. Or French, one of the two. One of the two. It's the French that copy the Dutch, isn't it? Yes, that's the correct order of march, I do believe. Right. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see rougher seas in storms. It actually takes a lot of purposeful purpose to actually get into a storm. So for those of you who don't have your sea legs, VR sea legs, you can just avoid these very easily. Hello, yeah, a little bit. Hello, Ken. Welcome in. Welcome on in. I wonder if we can get... I didn't get hit by the lightning previously, but we can but hope. She's only a 2-master, so let's see. So there's survivors and free cargo floating over there. And again, as you're sailing, that ship will just pop up. If you don't want to do combat, you don't want to be a pirate, go and be a scavenger. Go and be a smuggler. Lots of options. More as well, please. So I'm hoping that you can get... I haven't found it yet. I'm hoping that you can get a good enough relationship with a particular faction that you can then get a letter of the mark from their monarch or republic or whatever they have, which then gives you the license to, I don't know, go to on behalf of waging wars and stuff and going and capturing shits legitimately. Ships. She's another Spanish. Now, the Spanish, I don't really want to make an enemy of. One of the things that this game does have that I found after playing a good 10 hours is, depending on the nation that you are going up against, for instance, Spanish have more crew on their ships naturally. The good old British fire their cannons faster, as they should do, sir. The French haul around a lot of iron. The Dutch are the whalers of this game. It's reasonably historically accurate as well, I believe. I mean, everybody did a bit of whaling. But the Dutch are the whalers of this game. They have big capacity ships with a big untime boost there a second and straddle up alongside this glorious vessel. They have, I can't remember what the Dutch's trait was, but you're more likely to find whalers with the Dutch, and then the last one was the Danish, and I can't remember what they were. Basically, the way that the game would tell you is, don't pick on the British or the Spanish because they're the better fighters, go for everybody else. So we're going to kind of take that advice later on, but for now, man the guns! Give me that grape shot. Lovely.
Load grape shot.
The combat is about as involving as it needs to be. But again, it does look good from up here as well. Now, bear in mind, we have the weather gauge. We have them all astern. Rake their deck with a few shots. We outclass them massively, of course. This is going to be an easy fight. I mean, remember what I said at the start. You want better pirate captains? I give you Silver Tongue Devil. Right. So we will capture this ship. They have a load of oil on board. Lovely. They have a load of sailcloth on board, which we need. Let's capture her. We will take her a little of her chain shot. She is an 8-kilogrammer. We'll probably have her cannons as well. But let's get her back to port, or let's get her back to somewhere where we can make use of said ill-gotten gains. I wonder if we do this in a slightly different order. Let's go to Nassau first. Now that we have her in our grubby mitts, there she is, look. And they, depending on the ship, the kind... Stop it! I'm gesturing, man! You can, by the way, might show off here. I did see the option somewhere. I cannot remember where it is for the life of me. Just in case anybody wanted to see. Disable hand command. Now, I do a lot of gesturing on the ship, and every time I'm doing the gesturing, they're responding to cell. I'd like to see it so you have to keep your hand in the air for a little bit longer, because I'm a gesturing kind of guy. So, right, let's unload our ill-gotten gains. And let us... what's the easiest way to do this? Probably... what's the one that's in R? We have the Emily 3 with us. That's the one, isn't it? You can see all of these have anchors next to them, denoting that they are... Oh, or is it that one? Oh, no, the Emily stocked. It's the Valiant Whiskey, this one here. Cool. Exactly. That's the other thing that I would like to see in this as well. Is it too much to ask for voice commands? So, let us manage that cargo. Now, we want to get into our warehouse now, because I think that Dutch whaler that we have is probably going to be getting to capacity. Let us find the Emily. Not the Emily, it wasn't the Emily, it was the one at the bottom. The Valiant Whiskey, and let's transfer the sailcloth across. Let's try transfer the oil. Yeah, we'll sell some of this sort of stuff later. Let's transfer the chain shot so we have a little bit. You don't need to keep much at the warehouse. That's only for really emergencies, or if you are planning on actually having any of these defending your island, which you will need to do later. In the meantime, though, let's just see if we can build anything up. We can level up our tavern. We need to be getting this. So what I will do in the meantime is let's get the sailmaker up and running. That will start converting the cotton that we have on land and in our cargo vessels that are all docked. It does this automatically, which is a very lovely feature. It will take all of that stuff and put it where it needs to be. So if there is cotton aboard one of our ships that is docked, the game will automatically take it. It does. There is a disadvantage to taking too much cargo to smuggler trading, I've found, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. How's that? You guys will have to tell me. How's that? Is the FPS like handling it now? Was it just the first time I jumped into the dock and back out again, or into the captain's place and back out again? So this is what basically powers your progress. It's the progression of Nassau, the capturing or challenge, helping / rescuing and then challenging your legendary pirate captains of ye olde golden age of piracy, and various other tasks as well that come up. For instance,
if you want peace, prepare for war. United, we can face down the British Navy in the Caribbean.
Doesn't sound a million miles away from the guy who plays Horn of Gold.
What only madmen dare.
Cool. Nope, that's good. Is it? Well, the one thing that I can assure you is if what you're looking at I was playing with... Hello, Fee. If what you're looking at I was playing with, I wouldn't be playing this. I wouldn't be giving away keys. Rest assured, it is a streamer problem. So, but as I said, Unfortunately, with MetaQuest Developer Hub, it would be the other way around. I would see the stutters in-game. You guys would see a very smooth experience. That's another reason why I like using MetaQuest Developer Hub, but it doesn't work, so we will not beat around that bush any longer. Let us collect our profits from the tavern. As we are building up Nassau as well, it actually increases its population, which then makes the tavern more effective. The other thing that we can get as well is, let's get some information whilst we're up here. So let's talk about a merchant ship anchored close to a nearby island. They have some problems during the storm and are making repairs. Seems like easy prey. You'd be right. We'll take that. Let's find some more ports on the map. Nobody knows anything. What about rumours? Nobody seems to know anything either. Okay, let's do something new. And what better time to give away a key than when we are going to go hunting for my treasure. So, if you would like to win a copy of The Pirate Republic of Nassau, it is pirate flags in the chat. I'm just changing my battery, by the way. I'll sort the camera out in a minute. 0800, how's my camera work? I'll try and remember to put that one back on charge as well this time. So, pirate flags in the chat if you would like to win a copy of this awesome little game. I have mentioned the MetaQuest Developer Hub problem because I'd like to be able to show this off nicely, and I know the casting with MetaQuest, because what I'm doing at the moment is casting to the website, and it's not very good, is it? Is it? So, but as long as it's reasonably watchable at times, well, that's fine then, isn't it? So, let's go and see what we have. So, I found a map from one of the survivors that I found as part of a random event whilst I was just sailing around. And that showed us the location of Dalmatie, an uncharted and mysterious location. Legend says that there is a cave somewhere here. We should search the area to find the cave and explore it for treasures. So, shall we? Now, this part of the game, although... Oh, fuck, I forgot to... Right, well, you can be a cargo ship then. I mean, blue, you did say about that, and it's kind of got blue trim. That's blue bottles. So... Oh, storm approaching. How come no one said storm approaching, Captain? What am I paying you people for? You're even looking at it and you didn't say anything. Yes, cast your head down in shame. Yeah, carry on. Right, so the treasure thing has always been in the game, i.e. the locations. So if you found them, when you came to them, it would actually come up with a message from the developer saying, sorry, dude, treasure exploring and such isn't in the game yet, coming soon. So you're able to find the locations, just haven't been able to interact with them. This is a long-winded way of me saying, I ain't fucking seen this before. Wait till dawn. And let's go with pirate treasure hunting. So it is just a simple case of explore the cave. Ooh. Ooh, rats. Try not to get copyrighted, everybody. I mean, it's a nice feature, isn't it? But this is what this game... The game is good, but it doesn't really feel too much like, or didn't feel too much like a VR game. It had some VR elements, but you can tell that they've got the basis of the game together, and then they are making it a VR game. And I tell you what, if it means that we get this level of quality, I'm all for them taking some more of their games from their existing catalogue. They did the same with Shogun's Empire. That didn't really have any VR elements, but there you go. Didn't really have any... I'm lost already, by the way, chat. Is anyone drawing a map? Vaughn, which way's out again? So, we'll just keep going left. Ooh. It's not a natural cave. Or there may have been some subsidence at some point. So I've purposely made these caves bigger as well. I don't think we're going to... The worst we're going to find down here is, like, pirates. We're not going to have any skeletons down here. Not going to have any skeletons or anything down here, a la Pirates of the Caribbean on the old Xbox, which, if anybody else remembers that game. Oh!
Now I can see
That's nice. Oh, I sound awesome as well. You wanted light sources? I give you Captain Jack Rackham's torch. I can't do a good enough Jack Rackham to be able to come up with my own lines at the moment. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. This is actually looking quite big. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Nice.
Nice.
I wonder if they've got a different voice for each of the captains. I doubt it. Ooh, what have we here? A little bauble. We found a bracelet. At least this. Hello, Kim. Get a pirate flag in the chat, Kim. We're in the middle of a giveaway at the moment, I do believe. So what I'm doing in this cave is I'm just going to keep on turning left. It'll probably end up with us missing the middle of the cave. But I'm pretty confident in my treasure finding abilities. I mean, you know, it's all well and good having a map and knowing where you're going, but when you're a loot goblin of my capacity, well. This is new, Fee. I mean, it wasn't new. The locations were here. Ooh, that looks like you could actually step off. So I wonder if that's another path. Ooh. Another path or not. I don't know. It's looking like... Yeah, there's no rails here. We could step off that and probably die. It would probably return us to the beginning, though, because it's that kind of game. So, yeah, although the treasure seeking has been in the game, the latest update that literally dropped... It must have been today or yesterday. Oh, is that the entrance? Oh, dear. Oh, no. Hey! What's better than one torch? 2 torches! This is pretty good, you know. I'm liking this. There is no sprint. We do have the ability to jump. It is very floaty. Get back, you winged spawns of Satan! That's quite nice as well. Oh, but come on! We're not heathen. Oh, you point at it. Okay, fair enough. No, the environment does look really good. They are like, this is what I'm loving what this game has got to offer already. And although it's kind of like Shogun Empire at the moment, it's not really a VR game. Look at these little details. This is a developer that knows about getting the details right in VR. If I'd have thrust that into there and it didn't do anything, it's like, oh man, immersion spoiled. But because you can. So, as I said, the previous shot on this, because this is the same developers who did Warplanes, and those games are fantastic. They could do with more to the campaigns and more content, but they are solid flight sim games. All of the flight games that they've done, they've probably done more as well, but I know them for the Warplane series, and they've all been really, really good. If maybe not lacking in breadth, but maybe lacking in depth, I would say. But they know how to do a VR game. They did bring Shogun Empire out, which was a previous Steam flat game, and put it in VR. Now, you could say, do you need to put a flat game into VR? Well, it was cheap. It is actually a really good game. And then I also forget there are people that don't have a console as well as VR. So maybe there is an argument that you can put flat screen games into it like a straight port. It didn't need to be in this. It doesn't have... Shogun Empire doesn't really have any VR features. We've stopped turning left. I am completely lost. But we'll find that treasure. Don't worry, chat. When we find the treasure, we'll end the key giveaway. So if anybody is not entering a pirate flag yet, better get them in there.
Not bad.
This is great. I'm like a pig in shit chat. I'm running around in a cave. There's no danger, only lightable sources and gold as far and golden treasure as far as the eye can see. And then if we get to the end, if we find our way to the end of this, Jesus, that actually made me jump. What the fuck? It's supposed to be a VR veteran. So they're not rid of. No, it wasn't. It was one of those internal jumps, not a. Oh. So I don't think there's anything worse in here than rats and bats and spiders. You can turn the spiders off as well. Brilliant. Brilliant. So as I said, they've done games previously that it's like, why is this in VR, dude? There isn't really any VR features other than the view. But then we watched me play Shogun Empire and I really enjoyed bowing to the advisors and they fucking bowed back, but deeper. It was great. It was absolutely great. It was a little touch. It made me smile, at the very least. So, but this game, this looks the part, and they're adding more and more VR elements to this game. The further it goes along its little... I'll go back for that in a minute, just in case. Nope. It looks like they're adding, or well, we know that they're going to be adding more and more. There will be sword fighting in this game at some point. So that might mean boarding actions as well, which would be very cool. There is going to be a spyglass added. There is multiplayer on the way. But for those of you thinking, yes, realistic pirate adventures and cooperative. I might need it, Von. You might need it. Gold, 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 gold. Nah, it's rum. Got. You can knock him over. Win. Ooh, can you pick him up? You can. Oh, if only this was Skyrim, I could pick all of this up, stuff it in my satchel, and sell it to the people at town, and they wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't be able to deny me.
That'll keep
Come on.
us sailing.
We need to make sure that that goes. We need to make sure that that goes. Oh, got it. Exactly.
Now I can see something.
You can turn spiders off in this mode if you are not a fan. And I don't think there is anything down here that can hurt you. I don't... Yeah, we're... No, this is new. This is brand new as of whatever the latest update was, with a couple of other little features added as well, and a little bit of an update to the promise of what's to come. So this is a cave. These are the treasure islands. This is quite nice. So I lit that. I think we've gone round in one big circle here. I assume that there is a big treasure to find. But yeah, with them adding swordplay in this. With them adding swordplay
that's mine.
in this. Yeah, anyone that was here is fucked off. They heard me coming a mile away. Yeah, multiplayer is coming to this, and as I said, the sword fighting. So they would be missing a trick if there wasn't the occasional smuggler or pirate down here that you had to fight. Let's go back the way we came. I'm wondering if there is a big treasure to find down here. This could take a while. Hey, look, as soon as we find that big treasure, I'll call an end to the draw. I mean, if there is, I've missed it. Yeah, right? Well, this is nice. I know where I've been because I've lit things. I mean, it's such a simple concept and something so easy to do in VR. But so many developers, you would come in here with a torch and there would be things you could light. and they would not. And it's like, come on, man. Do you even, like, you're making a VR game. Do you even know what is good in VR? And what, yeah, right. 1:15 north. No, sorry, 5 to north. So, yeah. Oh. That was someone I had a conversation with earlier. Always talking madman, indeed. Thanks, thanks. So, yeah. But as I said... Not afraid. No, it's a line. It's a line. Or a lie. Ah! It's a line from Ace Ventura. Like a glove. Ooh. Ooh, jumpy. Yes! Oh, took the risk. Got the good stuff. Hup. Defeat. Try again. Oh, no, Doc! Oh, man. The jumping is a little... Oh, we lose our torches. The jumping's a little... Did you just fucking move? Yay! I got someone to talk to, chat. Isn't that right? Yeah. Oh, lose. Oh, fuck. Shit. Hang on, I'll put it back. Fuck. Shit. It's okay, Bones. Oh, fuck. Alright, maybe we'll just take the pelvis. Oh, fuck. Oh. This is why I can't have friends, isn't it? This is why I can't have friends. It is why we can't have nice things. Right, okay, well, cool. Let's get back to it then, shall we? So one of the things that I did do... Ooh. Can I get... Damn. I do have cave markers. That's actually quite a good point. Yeah, we could use this pelvis as a you know, we've been here. So... Don't think there's any kind of like backpack system, which would have been nice, so that I can carry more. But, cool. I mean, at least we got something to fight the rats with. Ah, that was my chair. Shit. Ah, silver 0, rats 1. Finally. Well, at least we're lighting things, which means that we're making progress. Unfortunately... There may not be... Yeah, wasn't it just?
Just what I needed.
Ooh. See, this I'm liking.
Well, would you...
I mean, it wasn't all that, dude. Wasn't all that.
That's a good find.
Next thing I see, I'll try and actually pick it up that you can loot. Dual-wielding torches, though. Like, I mean, you know, it's a very realistic... yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't, would you? But you can. And in VR, it is all about being able to do the things that you might not have to, but you can. Okay, well, rats are okay. Rats are obviously okay by me. Is there any way for us to escape this? No. So, yeah, we might be in here for quite some time. So, as you've seen, you can die if you fall off a precipice or whatnot, but it just reloads you. So, it's fine. Yeah, no, that is one of the things. It's not too bad, I'll tell you what. I have seen... Yeah, it does a little bit, doesn't it? The wrong kind of cigarette as well. And it's banded. God, powerful cigarette. So... It's the one thing that I have seen. It's not actually a bad fire effect. It just needs to be more. I've seen some terrible fire effects on the Quest. Hey, you can just pick it up, but we can press A to make things happen faster. I mean, this is quite lucrative so far. not on a time for money basis. You know, I could have earned 10 times this much if I'd have been out there sailing. Right, whilst I try and find my way out of this cave, Von, would you like to give that key away to someone? Lucky winner, please. There is no sprint button as well. I feel like if it's going to be this big... Hello, Roger. Yes, do it. I feel like if it's going to be this big...
Looks decent.
Ooh, I hope not. I hope not. Well, we'll see. You might not be wrong there, actually, Jeff. Might not be wrong. So, as I said, it's nice, but until there's reason to be down here, it's just one of those things that I would show off at the moment. I doubt it, dude. I doubt it. Hey, well done, Vega. Now you'll be able to enjoy those black and white oceans. Hello!
I can't believe my eyes. This place is
285. Oh, hello. Might have to take it back. Ooh, taking it back. Ooh. Hey, but then that's credit to the game. It's lulled you with its rocking. So this is a hell of a lot of money. So this is worthwhile doing.
Well, would you look at that?
The other thing that I will say is that's a hell of a lot of booty, that is.
Let's make our way
Find our way back. Ugh. Well, that's what we're here for. Good job, pirates. Yeah, that was definitely worth it. Especially if you could... Oh, yes, developers. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you, HM Games. Thankfully, somebody understands how to do these kind of games correctly. Lovely. Fast travel back to ship. You wouldn't have to if you didn't want to, but you can. And when I'm trying to show off all the elements of a game, I have to. And I have to, really, don't I? Right. Well done, you lubbers. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything in that cave. Oh. Ah, well. Let's sail back to Nassau and report that there was nothing in that cave, and so no shares for all the men aboard this glorious vessel. Don't worry, lads. We'll find that money on the next one. Don't worry. Old Captain Silvertongue Devil won't steer you wrong. Idiots. I don't even know how much we spent. Oh, I haven't even mentioned that. Any ship within your fleet, you can sail and switch into. So this is another one of those features that I always love about these games. Oh, fuck, we're back into the cave. It's another feature that I always love about these kind of games. Can we just go? Yes, we can. Good. It's another one of those features that I love about these kind of games. I've played many of these games and in pirate and other style of games on mobile. I'm sure any of you who have ever needed to kill some time have probably come across them as well. And right ship, good. They're very Moorish, and if done well, they're very good, and you can kill a lot of time in them. One of the things that I've always loved is if you have the will or the knowledge or the ability to go and do it, and this is a particular nod to a lot of pirate games that I've played. No worries, dude. That is something worth noting. If your little live button, live thing down probably about here, doesn't have a red light next to it, then you are not present and correct. You're not current in the stream. If you actually hit the live button, you will be transported into the future. And it's the only thing that I will ask you to click, because then if you ask me a question, you might fuck off after 20 minutes when I haven't answered it. But that's because you might be half an hour behind and I haven't got round to it. We haven't got there yet. So that's the one thing that I will ask you to click. Click that live button if it isn't showing red. You can also actually go into the settings and speed up the stream, and then that will get you even ahead. That will put you in the future of this stream. Even I don't know what I'm going to say then. So, Ah, well, yeah, of course, Chris, of course. And who else would be saying things like that than you? So, one of the things that I really love about these kind of games, I will finish my point. God damn you, Chris. One of the things that I love about these games is, as I said, if you have the will, the skill, the heart to be a hero, or the knowledge to go out there and take what you want, these games often allow it. I've played games like this before where you start off in a dinghy and it's like, I'm having that man of war, and you can, if you have the ability to do so, take it, commandeer it, and all of a sudden you get that massive bump, absolute massive bump in your power level. Nobody starts off playing those games that way, but I love games that actually allow you to do that. Stalker is another one that comes to mind, where you can go out there and go and pick a fight with whoever you want, and if you manage to pull it off, well, you go from crummy old pistol to full-on AK armor, the full regala, if you know how to do it and where to go. I love those kind of games. I love them. Right. What I'm going to try and do as well is I'm going to try and do my little tirades and soapboxedness. I'll try and find a soapbox for up decks when we go back up on deck. So, right. So then, anything else? Oh, quick battery. Yep, no, we're good. Right, I think we need to start upgrading Nassau at some kind of speed. We need to start doing some trading now. Look at this. Oh, the Spanish don't like us. Oh. Now, we can get our relationship back with any nation by sailing to their capital in these seas, or what is considered their capital or main port in these seas, and parlaying with the governor. At the moment, there is only one kind of mission. That mission is to go and conquer a town. They will send a fleet with you, usually just one ship, to that, and then you will meet that ship there and then take out the fort, destroy the defenders. The port is then theirs, and you can, if you want to, again, another lovely little system in this sort of thing. You want to paint the map English? You can paint the map English. You want to paint the map Dutch? You paint the map Dutch. You want to paint it Spanish? You can. If you keep speaking to the governor of a particular nation, he will have you attacking everywhere. And every time you win, it changes that port to that nation. You also get a massive bump in reputation as well. And so it then actually becomes worthwhile. You are gaining reputation by getting hold of those places, and you're then giving yourself more places to trade at better prices, and so on. The other thing to note as well is when your reputation gets low enough, you can't trade in those parts. You can't use their facilities. The only thing that you can do, I believe, is go to the tavern and have a sneaky look at their sextant. On the talk of sextant, I do believe we need to go and calibrate ours. So we didn't have much in the ways of cargo, but we do have that ship with us. So let us sail out to New Hope, and then we'll probably go across. No, let's go to... let's go here first. So this is a Dutch merchant ship making repairs after the storm. Oh, rumor has it that we can expect a military escort. Okay, change of plan. Let's go to the pirates' hideout. We'll drop off our ship. Lovely. Shop. So yeah, just to be clear, the FPS tanks when I come from below decks and go back up, not when I go from above decks and come down. Is that right? Thank you, Von. Yeah, I will do a stoppy starty. Oh, I can actually see the stuttering on the casting. It's not as bad in the stream as it is on my casting thing. Right, we'll be away for just a second, everybody. Bear with. I wonder. Let's get rid of that. And let's make that nice and small. It may even be something as silly as I'm actually putting quite a bit of strain, more strain than I usually do with MetaQuest Developer Hub. on my computer because of how the casting works. I have to have the screen up and large, and it needs to be processing at all times. I don't have to do that, MetaQuest Developer Hub. The screen that you're seeing, I can minimize, so I believe that takes a bit of the load off. Right, back, everything good? Let me know. I'll carry on anyway. I'm going to carry on anyway. Right, let us... No, it is. It is. And as well, they haven't been lazy and just put a stock image of you being in the port. You're actually seeing what you would see from up deck, but below and through the glass windows. I've seen plenty of games where they cheap out on this, and it's just like a stock image of that bay or just of a generic bay. Also, devs, come on now. Don't put a globe here that we can't spin. Or things that we can't pick up, especially with what they've just shown us that they're doing in the caves. Pick up everything. These are the little details that need to be added that no one's going to win any awards for, but it's just the fact that you can't do them just takes you out that immersion a little bit. Does it matter? No, not fucking really. Would I like it? Yes, fucking please. So, let us... We'll take off the guns. Lovely. We have got more crew than we need. There should be some penalty here as well for not managing your crew effectively. Some sort of mutiny that then results in hull damage. Maybe. I don't know. It'd be nice, to be fair, it would be nice to have this on something like that. Or maybe they use this for fast travel to other seas in the future, maybe? Who knows? Who knows? But that would be a great system to do it. I would also prefer, instead of this pointer thing, could we maybe have the ability to pick up something and put it where we want to go and it kind of lock in? I know it's not exactly mind-blowing stuff, but we need to get away from pointers in VR. But again, it'll do for now. So, let us go to port. Let us go to the shop. Let us sell those cannons that we've just taken off of the other ship, then sell the ship, because that is how we do things around here, and that is how you make the best money. So yeah, we made 180 out of its cannons. If we'd have kept those cannons on board, that would have been worth 235. Now, when it's only, as I said previous, when it's only 10 cannons, it doesn't really make too much odds. But when you start getting the bigger cannon ships, and also bear in mind, cannons are useful, and they can be quite difficult and quite heavy to come by as well. So, or quite expensive, rather. Let's see if we can get some rumours on some ships. An old bosun heard about a merchant fleet heading to Monzanilla. It is possible still to intercept them. Now, these are the intercept missions. Any other game would probably have them like these, where they're just a static thing that you have to visit. No, sir. These ones have a time to destination, and if you can't catch them before they get to their destination, you can't have them, because they get into that port and the security within them. You can't, it's unfortunate that you then can't make an attempt on them, but, you know, we're taking things out on the high seas. We're not spoiling for a fight. We just want to go there, raise the black, get the good stuff, and get the fuck out, preferably with their ship. But this is nice. So if we, like, dick around sailing and fast traveling, we'll lose her. So let's dick around, fast travel, and do some sailing, shall we? Let's go and grab this first. Probably should have repaired our hull. This one's got a military escort. Shit. But it should be alright. We probably outclassed them. Now, look. We are running those lovely, lovely Dutch colours. What does that mean? Well, that, for me, means perfect positioning. And it's definitely an element that I like about this game. When you are fast travelling to go up against a fleet, or find a random fleet if you are running the black, so to speak, you then adopt the flag of the nation that you are going after. That then, fucking seagulls, you bastards, I can't get away from you. My hometown either, so loud. To be fair though, those are small for seagulls. The kind of seagulls that are in my hometown will, like, swoop down and take away your kids. Anyway, I've got through so many kids that way. Now, the Dutch here won't basically view us as hostile until we run out the black or run out the guns, which then means that we can get the weather gauge and positioning on them and strike when it is best. Yeah. Don't doubt it. No, we'll be fine. I think we've got at least half of our hull. Let's be, Mr. Smee, let's be careful of this island, shall we, this time? Thank you very much. So, let's run up behind her. Now, she's pulling away, and we're going to be able to get into a position to give her a good old rake-in. Now, do we want to keep that? No. We'll go after the merchantman.
Drop sails!
So, they haven't turned hostile yet. Oh, they will in a minute. Now they turn hostile. The merchantman will try and put up a fight with the military vessel, but eventually they'll probably run. I think they'll be under orders to run, and we're going to have to give chase. And we're going to then have to give chase in a different way. We're going to have to give chase to a vessel that we are openly hostile with. Yeah, they're making best speed to get the fuck out of Dodge. This is what we want. Ah, she's given up the ghost now. Because there is an enemy vessel within 300 meters, we cannot capture her. We would have to make her surrender also. Now, let's run out those 4 chasers and see if we can't take down those sails a little bit. As I said as well, the shot is calibrated for what it's supposed to do, so aim as you normally would, knowing that it will then hit where it's supposed to. Note how I'm aiming for the deck, and it is indeed hitting the sails, although it seems like they might have changed that a little bit, looking like we're having to aim a little higher now. Right, she ain't getting away. We've done enough damage to her sail. We'll bring it across the chain, come across her. Now, note how because her sail is low and she also doesn't have the weather on her side, she is basically floundering. And it's an easy take. It's an easy take, people. I should have been a pirate. Why? What did my mother see in me when I said, like, oh, Mum, I'm going to be a streamer? I should have just been a pirate. I'm a great pirate. So, we'll have her, we'll sink this. And then we'll release the crew to spread the legend of Captain Silvertongue Devil. Cool. We have her. We could take that. This vessel won't have any cargo on. It will have a little shot which will allow us to get a bit of grape shot together. Pirate Radio DJ indeed. But we could take her, but that's not a very good ship. That is a schooner fitted for gunplay, and it's only a single master as well. So I think we can all agree here that she won't be worth much. She will have a decent amount of cannons on her, which is tempting. Actually, I know what we'll do. We'll have the best of both worlds. Let's strip her, give it all to the other ship, and then sink her. Lovely stuff. Oh, I am trying to wear my headset a little bit lower. Are we able to see everything okay? Do comment on the camera work. I think I gave Kim enough shit that she doesn't anymore. Or maybe that was because of other games. Let's capture this. Good. The Empress Tire. Yeah, so this is a 4-ton, I think that's a sloop. But note how they have more guns than this one. So same class of ship, but outfitted for military action and more crew as well. So, right, let us get the guns off of there. Let us get the shot off of there. Let us transfer all of those ill-gotten gains to the transport vessel so that I can continue with the combat. Good. We're empty. We have that one following us about. They do have a little bit of shot on board. Yeah, I'll try. So this is why I hate the casting that I've got. So But do remind me, because I'll forget, because I'm not used to having to look up my nose, so to speak, when I'm casting games, and it's all because of not being able to use MetaQuest Developer Hub, unfortunately. Right. Back on deck.
Load the guns!
Ooh. Hang on a sec. Hello, Ben. Welcome on in, dude. No, it's been great. Been great. We're just doing a giveaway for this lovely little game at the moment. So make sure you get in on the next one. So the other thing as well, note how we took all of that ship's stuff and by downing it, so that ship was empty. We took all its cannon, all its shot. The only thing that we left on board was crew. And now there are some additional bits and bobs that we can salvage. Some extra crew.
Throw the sails, Captain.
And 3 piles of planks.
Captain, we have found 3
There you
piles
go.
of planks
We have created
in the dock.
something from nothing. And if that is not what this game is about, then I don't know what. Right. Let us get ourselves... How much time have we got? So this will be moving in real time. And then as we do fast traveling, it will skip along. Let us... Let's drop off our ill-gotten gains first, and then we'll go and sell the ship and get to that merchantman that's heading in. Sorry about the stuttering. I don't know, again, I don't know if there's, like, periods where it doesn't do that or not. I have done something on my computer that might help. I don't know. I don't do a lot of casting like this anymore, so I'm not really all that bothered in trying to make it good for the sake of, because I don't do it like this. Yeah, no, I will do. So we are going to need to get the quarry up and running, but that then uses the planks that we need for the shipyard. We are a ways away off on the planks, but I do know a good way to get those. So let's get the quarry up and running. The quarry will convert gunpowder to stone, basically. Stone is one of the... Stone is one of the best resources to be manufacturing. The reason being is, stone's fucking heavy and takes up a lot of cargo space. So if you can be quarrying it on the island and you will need it for these higher end structures, do so. Warehouse is looking okay, actually. I suppose that is the problem with Into the Radius. The only thing that I can say is up the difficulty. That's the easy one. Up the difficulty and see how you get on with it. We'll put the cannon... we will keep the cannon here. We are going to need them. Into the Radius 2 is a good shout. I don't think Into the Radius 2 on standalone is there just yet. I feel like it will be on the next update. If you don't have any pressing need to get ITR 2, well, you know what advice I'm going to give you. Wait for a sale. Because, you know, if you've got something to play for now... But the one thing that I would say is forcing to play through that game with different loadouts is one way to do it. So if you don't do sniping, give sniping a go. See if you can do pistol only. You could do knives only if you wanted to. You could try and do the game particularly fast or try and do the game in a different order. There's lots of different ways that you can play that game. But I do get you. You know, there's only... Once the... And bear in mind, it takes a lot of hours. I found it took probably a good 40, 50 hours for the scare sheen to rub off on that game. But playing it in Iron Man mode, playing it in the hardcore difficulty, making sure that you're playing at night as well. These are all little things that you can do to rinse and repeat out of that game just a little bit more. Right, we want, on the fancy, let's take that tobacco. Tobacco is a great resource in this. Know that I have not found a use on anything other than selling for tobacco. The other one that I sell a lot of is oil. And the reason being is because it's a combat item and I don't like using... I don't like making... Oh, wrong way. I don't like making a strategy around something that is finite or that you need to buy. So I'll make my strategy around... I mean, I know you have to buy cannonballs, but they're everywhere. Basically, this could be rare and it can be sold for a lot of money. These are cheap and they're everywhere. I will make my strategy around this and I will sell this until I come across something that is too difficult. Then I will change strategy. But in a lot of games that I've found, you never need to. So, let us... Oh, nice one, Blue. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's coming soon. I've chatted with the devs a little bit as to what's going on. Got plenty of gold. Look at this. Plenty of space in the warehouse. Let's get some more ship information or ports.
Captain, we've learned the location of a
Barcoa.
new port.
Good. Let's cash in our money. Any rumors, crew? No. Cool. Let's go sell that ship. Trade in... Oh, I know what we could do, actually, quite quickly. We need to visit Miami. Oh, we might miss this if we visit Miami. Is Trinidad the capital? It is. We won't get attacked outright here. Where is... somewhere close by? So this is the problem with not visiting ports that have lighthouses. Our sextant is at 0, and as you can see, not optimal sextant, not calculated. I think it like adds to the miles, and also our sails are damaged, so all of this goes to increase sail time, which means that getting to here, trip is 25% longer. There you go, because not calibrated. Okay, so change of plan. Change of plan. Let's put all of that on there for now. And I'll come grab back that in a minute. Back to deck. We're going to have to go and get that now if we want to get it. I'll repair it later. I'll repair it later. It'll be fine. Let's go to the pirate hideout because that's not very far away. Only 9 hours. And let's go to the shop. Let us... Oh, I did put it on the right one. Happy days. Now, you don't get a great price for selling stuff to a smuggler, but you do get money for it, so that's not bad for oil. You can do better than 15 gold if you go to a proper port, but I'm selling the ship, and I want to take on more cargo. What's that? 22 per one. You can usually get 30 for tobacco. You might see the darkness on this as well. The only problem here is the darkness on the map, the darkness on the books, and the darkness on this part. The rest of it is actually quite moody, but we could do with that being a little bit brighter, just so that you can fucking see what you're doing. Yeah. Cannons. Yeah. Cannons. Get the cannons across. Yeah. Thanks, Vom. Let me just sell this, and then we'll get another giveaway underway in just a moment. Bear with. Cool. Shipbroker, sell that. Ooh, how much is that? 76. So not much for that. I do believe condition, not just class, is for that. So we must have done some damage to that one and its sale, which is why we got an exceptionally low price. But we'll make it all back by selling the cannons. So there's 180. So that was like just under 300. Well, 250. We don't need that many cannonball. That is a waste of hold space. We want to keep all the grape. We don't need that many we don't need that many chain. Cool. Done. Cool. Right. If you would like to win a copy of this glorious little game, and again, this is looking good, and I'm excited to see where it goes, because they're adding newer and cool things. They're a little bit on the, I suppose, gimmicky's the wrong word. It feels like they're tagged on VR components, but there's plenty of time for them to improve them. And then they put the old treasure island in. But yeah, so if you would like to win a copy of this game, pirate flags in the chat. This will be our 4th of 5 to give away tonight, which means we have one more after this one. Line on. Is that correct? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I just work here, man. So, at best. Right, so we've gotten rid of all of our ill-gotten gains. We've shored up a little bit more space. And even though we are not calibrated, we can still make this. This is costing us more as well because the time to sail is longer. There she blows, chat.
Fleet ahead of us. This is an easy prey. Let's attack them.
Where away?
Full speed ahead.
You don't need to put that many pirate flags in, Ben. Now, one of the things... Now, Ben didn't know, chat, okay. One of the things that Von does do is if you... Not this occasion, Ben, so you're fine. But if you put one pirate flag in, followed by another, you're basically cancelling yourself out from the draw. So, I don't know now if you are in or out. No more pirate flags, please, Ben. You just need to put one in. Like, if you put an odd number in, then you're in the draw, out the draw, in the draw, out the draw, in the draw, out the draw, in the draw, out the draw. Is that what you want? Because I'm not keeping track of whether you're in the draw or out the draw. Von is. So one pirate flag from people from now on, please. I don't know if you're in or out now, dude. You got to listen.
Man the gun.
Cool.
Load grape shot.
So the reason why... I mean, I can... We don't need this. It's only a 10% increase, and by raising the black, it then drops your reputation with the nations that you are attacking. Now, we are already considered pirate with the Spanish, so it only aids us, but as a general rule, I don't bother because I want to take as much as I can, give nothing back, and remain friends with everybody for as long as fucking possible, basically. The thing is, for me, reputation with the nations is more important than a crummy 10% reloading speed. I think you'll agree, Jeff. Raising the black is cool, but there needs to be more better reason for it. The thing is, I do say I have missed a key piece of information there. Not only do you get a 10% faster reloading speed when you raise the black, because your men are emboldened, but you also lower the threshold that it takes for an enemy ship to surrender. Now that's cool. That's very thematic. But more often than not, I find that I can rake a merchant ship once or twice, and they are falling over themselves. Falling over themselves to give up. So, because, you know, they thought that they might get to sail with the illustrious silver-tongued devil. So, we have that ship under our protection. Let's sail her back to port. Long before they see the flag, isn't that right? Let's go to Maribor now and sack the Danish, shall we? Not the Danish, the Dutch. Let's go and sack the Dutch, shall we? Have they got a lighthouse? Yes, they have. Cool. So, mission accomplished. Good job, everybody. Not wrong. Not wrong. No, Ben has, to be fair, Ben has been in the chat plenty of times. He's obviously not been in a giveaway. Got a little bit excited. I think we can all relate. So, just one. The reason being, I'll show you why I'm always picking on the Dutch. I mean, to be fair, as you'll see... Oh, good. They've made it so you can drop off of that now. Good. Oop, wrong boat. As you can see from what is harboured in the Dutch harbours, they have what look like two first rates. Well, they are all three masters, and they look like first and second rate ships. So they're going to have a lot of fucking cannons, or well, probably second rate ships, but they are going to have a lot of cannon on board. I ain't going up against that, not with a transport vessel and this. So we're probably not. Well, I tell you what, Dutchland, you get away with it today. Nothing to do with the fact that I'm outnumbered and considerably outgunned. No. No. We'll fight the Dutch another day. Maybe. Probably not. So. Ooh. I'll tell you why we pick on the Dutch. And again, I like the fact that you could do multiple playthroughs of this game quite easily and pick a different nation every time. The game wouldn't play massively differently, but there are some situations where it could. Let us have a look in the codex so I can show you. And if we go to nations, now look at this. British ships have excellent gunners. They shoot more often than others. The Spanish, fearing pirates, staff their ships with a much larger crew, up to 30%. What does this mean? Attacking the British, not great, because we will take more shots. The Spanish, it will take more shots to make them surrender because they have potentially more crew. Now, if you wanted people to pick on, let me tell you a thing or two. French merchants do not belong to the guild and trade in basic goods such as sugar, cotton and steel. So you go after the French if you want the raw materials to make the better ones on your island. The Netherlands merchants, the Dutch, trade only expensive goods such as cannons, gunpowder, tobacco, rum, and usually they do the whaling vessels, as well as the Danes. But it's mainly the Danes. So, let's face it, Netherlands, come on now, you're painting a target on your back when you tell me they only trade in expensive goods. Ah, yes, the Dutch, flubberderber, they have expensive tastes, and I'm going to take them all off them. And then the Danes are known for their whaling expeditions. The Danes are the big target in this one. So look how these three have no combat benefits, just really cool stuff to take. The Danes are the best ones to go after, as they are known for their whaling expeditions. Their ships are usually loaded with oil. That is important because oil is something that I'm not going to use in combat and sell, and it sells for a pretty picture. What is more important is the Danish ships, when a lot of the time when you come across them, are whaling ships. They are not very good in combat, absolutely flounder about the place, and they're huge. But what does that mean? Huge holds. They've got massive bodices full of stuff, and we can then trade that stuff and then port them back in Nassau and use them as basically a mobile warehouse. So that's why I'll go after the French and the Dutch and the Danes, and that's why I'll avoid the British, and if I don't have to fight the Spanish, I don't mind. So, but again, you could paint the map British, paint the map Spanish, paint the map French or Netherlands or Danes. They'll also fight between each other, as well as with the pirates as well. It would be nice to see a status of nations against each other and who will attack who. At the moment, I think like a British ship will attack a Spanish ship and any of the others. So, but they'll come and help friendly ships, which is nice to see. A little bit more complexity to this would be nice, but hey, it's all right. It's good enough as is. Now, let me get this sold, and then we'll give away that key to you. So, if you are hoping to win a copy of the game, you still have time to pop a pirate flag in the chat. We need to go to port. We need... Oh, we can repair, look. Let's repair. Lovely job. We can repaint and rename the ships as well. I probably won't do that during a giveaway stream, but if I carry this file on in stream... I mean, maybe we'll do it a little bit later. It's a bit of messing about renaming ships after you lot, so... But I think we need to have Von's Revenge sailing alongside me when we take out a fleet. And maybe K2's Calamity, or Dreadnought, or Vega's Sight. I mean, we can come up with piratey names. It'd be nice if I could rename the captains. So I'll tell you why I think that would be a great idea later on. So that's that done. That's that done. We do. So there is a full upgrade system as well. It isn't much more than buy the thing.
Improvements are done,
And it's better then. So we may as well get... Oh, definitely get some hull. Oh, we got loads of money. Let's get it all. So, bigger cabins, more crew, large rudder, better turning circle, hold expansion, obvious, tougher hull. I think you have... let's see what it says. Hull strength by 120%, so it probably means we have a bigger health bar. Stern cannons,
Movements are done, Captain.
they're the cannons at the back. We've already got 4 cannons or 4 chasers. Stronger sails, 20% increase to speed. Stay sails, 20% increase when not at with the wind fully behind you, I think that is. And when sailing against. Deadly cannons and faster reloading. I imagine you know what that means. So, yeah, there's a nice little upgrade system. Is it robust? No, not really. I'd like to see a little bit more depth than this than just have the money spend the thing. Maybe you need some materials for some more harder to get upgrades. Maybe multiple levels of those upgrades. Maybe, just maybe, the ability to send your ship in a particular direction, take away hold expansion to put more cannon on board, or, you know, able to make your ship sail faster at the expense of the amount of cannon that you can have. I don't know, just things so that you can customize the ships and send them in directions as opposed to just fully upgrade it. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Did we just... Oh, no, that is already fully upgraded. Or I just fully upgraded it for no good reason. Shit. Well, you got to see the upgrade system. I think we already were fully upgraded, which is why that one was so cheap. Anyway, we're going to go and sell that ship that we just fully upgraded now. Oh, well, I got loads of money. It doesn't matter. Let's get rid of this. There you go. Tobacco. This is not even an item that they are after. It's worth 30 pieces per. Bosh. And we want the planks, so I will transfer them to the fancy. Get rid of those. Get rid of those. Manage cargo. We'll take the planks. Thank you very much. And then I think that's everything that we need to do here. Now I'm going to judder my way. Man, I'm already regretting turning that setting off. I'm too used to putting my hand in the air. A nice touch. I want more gesture-based commands. Now, what we have to do... Sorry for the judders, everybody. Sorry. Hopefully it'll calm down. Sorry. So, what we have to do now is we have to sail out to this lighthouse. You'll note I can't sail directly at it because the wind is in my face, so I'm having to tack as best as I can against the wind. And then we'll come hard over to starboard and go straight at her. Just like Nelson. So, who would this game appeal to? Anybody who likes your managing sims, or maybe even your historical? Because, you know, all of the towns are going to be present and correct. The pirate smuggling bay things are going to be, you know, extrapolated. But all the towns and the geography is going to be correct. The nationalities and everything's are going to start correct, I would imagine. There is the... Oh! And yeah, did you pick as a winner, Von? I can't remember. Probably. I started talking. Who would have thought? So, if you like black sails, you're gonna fucking love this. I like black sails and I fucking love this. If you like your master and commander, and if you like your hornblower, you are going to love this. So, but yeah, I think we're in our 4th, weren't we? So yes, do pick as our winner, please, Vaughn. Thank you very much. If we were, if not, we'll... Well.
Throw the sails.
Yes, you can ram a ship. And no, you can't go looking around the shops. I don't think that's going to be a thing. So for anybody who's wondering how to calibrate the sextant and do keep on top of this, you need to come to a lighthouse. You need to get close to it, furl sail, and that's it. Again, I'd like to see, like, you know, could we maybe have it so that we pick up the sextant and, I don't know, line it up with something and that be a little, you know, a little mini game? Doesn't take much, does it? You know, keep it so that you can press a button, but add the little things in. Oh, well done, Fee. Excellent job. Excellent job. Now then, I'm going to go and sail the 7 seas. Well, I'm not. Come on, come away with me. Right, let's start making some money, shall we? So, let us get to New Hope. We got everything that we needed, didn't we? And we've got the sextant sorted as well. Good. Now, let's get that island upgraded. I want that shipyard. Now, a good place. And yeah, so you... Unless there was a wreck nearby, you can't get onto... Stop! I'm pointing, man! And... point from down here. So, unless you can get onto a wreck on the mainland, or near the mainland, you can't go walking along any of that. To be honest with you, on closer inspection, it doesn't look great. But from here, it looks very passable. It looks very good. It looks very good from here. It's just on closer inspection. Ooh. Ooh, maybe we want to get out of here sooner rather than later. Right. Shop. Does it have cannons on? I can't remember. Yes, it does. Give me the cannons. Lovely. Manage port. Shipbroker. Get rid of... Nope. Hang on. Wait. Shop. Get rid of everything on it. Doesn't have anything. Now we can ship broke. Cool. 108. Hello, Beavis. We'll pick up some information. One old bosun I heard about a merchant fleet. Fleet, you say? Heading to Pina del Rio. Hey! Still possible in September. So, I believe it's either time-based, but you eventually start getting missions that are a little bit more harder. It might be based on the number of upgrades that you've got on Nassau. There'll be some sort of factor. It'll either be the amount of time spent in the current game, or it will be the amount that you've upgraded Nassau. Probably that one. But now we're starting to get more of these missions where we actually are time limited on them. Any ports about? No. Any rumours? No. Let us... We don't want to be releasing crew. We're well over the capacity that we should have. Let us go to the shop. Let us sell this. Now, one of the things that the smugglers' bays, or pirate bays, or whatever you want to call them, well, what are they called? They're called outlaw camps. Pirate hideouts. One of the things that they are particularly good for is the raw materials that you need to start Nassau up. And they are quite cheap, I think. So that's what I sold them. I want that wood, because we need lots of that. I want that sail. And would you believe they sell rum here? Cheers, Black. Or cheers, Zombie, rather. Cool. So... Hello, boys. Oh, you've missed all the tips, sir. Missed all the tips. And your opportunity to put parrots when I'm doing the giveaways, because Poise already has this. So, this is a great place to get plank and cloth from the old ones. The price is reasonable, and they usually have plenty of stock. And there are ones that are quite close to Nassau, so you don't have to do a lot of travelling to get them. So let's get over back to Nassau. You can indeed. You can indeed. Now, skip time. Again, I'm doing that for your benefit. And my own. Save the old eye strain. God, it's a shame about that stuttering when going up and above decks and stuff. It wouldn't do that if I could get MetaQuest Developer Hub working. Again, I talked to the devs about this with Shogun Empire, and I've spoken to him about it as well. Can I get my before I stop watching? Oh, maybe, Jeff. There's one last bit of booty to give away, and it's not my booty. No, it's yours. Now, there's one last key to give away. We'll give it away. What time are we on? Ooh, I've passed. Yeah. Let's get some people out of here by giving all the keys away. So, if you would like to win our final copy of the Pirate Republic of Nassau for Quest 3 Native, pirate flag in the chat for your chance to win in the draw. This will be the last draw of the evening. I know you do, Jeff. I know you do. You're not having my gold. Right. Done that, done that, done that. Let us go to port. Oh. In a second. Oh, it's because we're... If you ever get that, it's probably because you've accidentally put your hand in the air and you're at full sail. It doesn't like it when you do that. Let's see now. Let's see now. Let's see now. Oh, and just for... I mean, I know most of you know the reason why I don't want multiple pirate flags in the chat is because some of you know and some of you don't. I have loads and I have TTS on at all times so that I can talk with you lovely lot. But if you throw loads and loads and loads of pirate flags in the chat, it's just going, Ben, pirate flag, pirate flag, pirate flag, pirate flag. And I mean, Von is a very good moderator and she knows the suffering that I have to go through when I'm being constantly bombarded. Words are fine. The same thing over and over again gets a little old. And so she will kick you out of the stream if you are a repeat offender. But now you know better, so it's not a problem. Anyway, let's get those planks across. Lovely. Let's get that cloth across. Lovely. Do we have anything that we need to trade out of Nassau from these lovely ships? We could take that tobacco. Yeah, let's put it into that. We don't need to put sail in there. It will... Everything that's here will count. Like, for instance, when we ran out of logs on the island, it will start using the logs. It will start using the logs that are on board our cloistered ships. Well, I mean, you know, I have heard the words pirate flag, well, thanks to Ben, definitely over 200 times tonight. No, it's fine. The thing is, I ask you to do it for the emojis in the chat, so if you can just keep it to one, that'd be great. Save my ears. With great power comes great responsibility, chat. Now you know I don't expect you to abuse it. Well, I do. Well, it has been known for me to lose my concentration from time to time. Right. It's because I'm multitasking. I'm good at multitasking sometimes. Let us get that into the fancy. And anything else? Cheers, Jeff. See you later. Let's get the rum across as well. And... what else we got? So yeah, I don't know yet because I haven't checked if you run out of warehouse space where your produced goods from the island go. I'd like to think that they would go into here, but I get the impression that they might be lost. So if you are getting to that point, hold production. Right, we can have ourselves a church. Oh man, how far are we off of this? 41? We're never going to get that shipyard built. Okay, I mean, if we keep on using our wood for everything else. Ooh, lighthouse. We'll have this. More planks used. Oh, well.
Let's get to work.
There she blows, look, chat. That's our lighthouse. And now, when we come back to port, we just press A, and our
Captain,
sextant is calibrated perfectly for us each and every time, so we'll always be able to maintain a high level of sextant. It is a case of when it's high, it's good. When it's zero, it has an effect. That lighthouse, as you add levels to it, does get huge. So that's nice to see. The fort's the same as well. The fort gets quite huge the more you add to it. Now, we're not running out of hold space anywhere. Let's hold off on the tavern. Has that opened up any pirates? No. Oh, it has. It's opened up Sam Bellamy. So we'll be able to challenge Sam Bellamy, but he's currently away. He's on the sea and returns in 4 days. So once you've unlocked them from getting what you need, sometimes there's a bit of a cooldown on them before you can challenge them to a piratey duel, which at the moment is not sword fighting. It's just, you know, as is with the ship combat. Where are we going? We want to be going for her. we want to be selling on the way. Let's port into... Anybody need anything that we're selling? No, not really. Okay, well, let's port into Andros then. Sell our bits and pieces here. And then go and get some more via totally legitimate means. I mean... Oh, they've got a fort. It's not a very big one. Very tiny, nice little boat over there. Right, anyway. Oh, something I haven't shown off just before we end this giveaway. There is a training room for you to be able to do combat in. At the moment, that combat... Oh, hang on. Is this really juddery? I don't know. Oh, no. It looks okay. At the moment, it takes the guys of a handful of throwing knives. Yeah, no, that does happen. You're quite right, Poise. That does happen. And then if you didn't know, there's a little... I mean, I would have preferred a cutlass. It's not a cutlass. But, yeah. So it is here. There is... And there is at least detection. That's not phasing through. So I didn't expect it to, but then it might phase through other objects. So, but it's here. So we can go down below decks and... have a bit of a VR mess about if you want to, and it's nice and stable down here as well, so you could even use this if you wanted to try and do, like, I don't know, the entire game in VR, and you could. It would take a very long time, but you could use down below to give yourself time to chill out. So, you there, sir, sing me a shanty. He's not going to sing me a shanty. So, yeah, no, definitely, yeah, Blue is 100% correct there. Right, sorry, guys, selling the rum. And then tobacco is also being sold. As you can see, we're like at 12.5 grand, and I've just been pissing about during this stream. I have not been working. If you can do the combat, even a small iota, you can make so much money in this game. And then you get to spend all of your ill-gotten gains making it even easier and better to make more money. Oh, and Bonnie's back soon. Good. Cool. This should all coincide quite nicely. Right. Well, I take another prize. You guys can win a prize. Von, if you would love to pick us our last winner of the Pirate Republic of Nassau for the evening, please do.
Captain, there's a merchant fleet ahead of us. This is an easy prey.
Let's attack them. How long does it take? Let's have a look. I'm just checking my screen at the moment to see how long it takes to go out of bollocks frame rate mode. God, that does take a while, doesn't it? Well, thank you all very much for putting up with this, because it's not very good, is it? But unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about it because I can't run it on MetaQuest Developer Hub. I genuinely think there are some problems with the... Like, I've had it with Contractors Exfil as well. I can't run MetaQuest Developer Hub on there correctly to stream. And I've had it with some other games as well, After the Fall, most recently. What are we looking at here? Spaniards? Good. Good. Seagull? Good. Right. Let's load that grape. We'll take the weather from them and we'll cut across. Cut across their bow and give them, rake them, shall we? No, it is definitely a... Oh, well done, Athom. Hey, now you can defend the Dutch. Flubba dubba. The one thing that I would say about this game, so congratulations to all the winners and commiserations to those that didn't win. So, but one of the things that I would say is, for what this game is doing and for what it has content-wise, it is well worth the price. Well worth the price. Oh, hello. And then we'll cut across her. She's out of it. And then we'll just cut across your bow too. I mean, I don't know about you, chap, but that's the best pirate I've had. I think that's the best pirate I've ever seen.
Time to collect our reward.
Capture mine now. Yes,
Time to
thank
claim
you.
the spoils.
So as you can see, if the fact that you are able to sneak up on every vessel and get ridiculously close to them with no risk, I think is part of what makes the combat particularly easy at times. Although bear in mind, when you are going up, when you're not raiding trade routes and such, there is the possibility of coming up against quite the armada. I have had the British attack Nassau. I was able to successfully intercept them on their way in, and I took on, they had 2 first rates and a couple of second rates. That's a lot of fucking cannon. It's a lot of fucking cannon. But I had a decent vessel at the time as well. So we'll board that one as well. And guess where these are going, chat? That's right, they go back to Nassau. Got some good cargo out of that as well. Good haul, everybody. Good haul. Plank. Why is it not showing the other one? Plank and stone. Not so great a haul. So the other thing to note that we have the ability to kind of cast, I guess, is rum. Give rum to sailors to raise their courage and speed up the ship by 10%. In the faster ships, 10% is substantial. Again, I don't like involving my tactics around consumables. The Flying Dutchman, indeed. The Flying Dutchman, indeed. Now then, let us get back to Nassau. Oh, no, let's go to the pirate hideout first. So, I'm going to take a seat now because the giveaway's done, so we'll just, like, kind of chill out for another half an hour, I suppose, and then I can just chat shit about stuff. Ah, lovely, lovely. Because, again, you can... I want to play this game full-on VR, but let's face it, without fast travel down here, it's ridiculously slow, and then there is too much emphasis put on fast travel. Now, that does then mean that you don't really get to enjoy the VR elements of this game unless you physically force yourself into them. That is good and bad, if you ask me, for a VR game, because for a VR game, I mean, you know, it should feel VR, and it should be VR, and VR. But at least then, for people who have bought it, well, we're all adults on this channel, definitely. If you want to experience the VR features, you can. If you want to game it and do all the fast traveling and not smell the roses, you can. What I like to do on this is I like to get to the point where I've done it all and have these great ships to pace up and down on, have a fleet, have Nassau sorted, have good relations or bad relations with everybody, and then fuck about. I'm not one for sandbox games, but I could quite happily sail the ocean. The one thing they definitely need to do with this, the number one priority for me is they need to sort that stutter out, not during the live streams. I mean, we could ask, couldn't we? If they could just get MetaQuest Developer Hub actually working, that would be great. But that stutter between the squares of the map, that needs to be eliminated. Because from excuse me, sailor, I probably should adjust my height. I've sat down for talk with Silver Tongue Devil. No, it's great. It's great. It really is a good thing. Right, let's so we're gonna pick up some plank from here as well whilst we're at it. Don't need the rum. Nope. I'd like to take that back, but it's very heavy. Let's put it across to the fancy for now. Because we're not on mission, we're just coming back. But I also want to take the cannon from both of them. Nope, can't take them all. Put the cannon from... Yep. Yeah, you found that out the hard way, boys. Right, we'll keep the plank. Get rid of this, get rid of this. But yeah, this game, if you let it, can be just about a game that's all about being in the menus, let me tell you. And it is great. If you love all of this management shit, you're gonna love this. You really are. But then it's got both elements. Love the management? Happy days. This game's great for you. Want to build up Nassau, build up a fleet, and do all those piratey things? Brilliant. Want to do it all from third person? Technically, you can. Want to do it all in VR? You can. Want to combine the two? You don't have to, but you can. And again, if it's not all about accessibility and options, I don't know what it is about. Now, let's go this one into here. Let us get rid of a little bit of tonnage of the chain shot. We've got plenty back at Nassau. That'll do. And then you're empty. And then, as I was saying, we need to pull... Where are the rest of the guns? Oops. This one. Pull the rest of the guns off of this ship. Sell them first. And now those boats are both clear. No, they don't. It is quick, and now that the system is here, I'd say they need to keep it. But, like, as I said, I'd like there to be a little thing that you pick up and move to where you want it, as opposed to point fast travel, you know? That's one of the look, right, I don't fucking make the games, all right? I just complain about them. It's not my I'm not paid well enough to tell people how to make their games, but it does need... We need to away from this, VR developers. There's times when it has to be done, but, like, the best example that I've seen of not having to use pointers is still Grimlord. That selection system for crafting weapons and then pressing the bell and picking and shit, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, and it's actually quite efficient and quick too, would you believe? Right then, have we got rid of everything? Yep, ship's gone. We have a little cargo on board. Let us pick up some more plank, because Nassau, she is thirsty for the plank, let me tell you. We'll grab some sail as well. Fill up the hold with sail. Lovely. See if there's any ships to be had. Success. Dock workers are talking about a whaler, chat. A whaler. They had some problems on the way back from the Arctic and made a stop at a nearby island. Their cargo hold should be filled with whale oil. Where's the whaler? And is it Dutch? My favorite kind of whaler. Oh, I can't even... Oh, it doesn't show up on the map until I okay. Where's that now? Where is she? It usually has a line pointing towards... Hey! Fucking talk about your DOF info. Oh, is it that one? There she is. Danish whaler ship making repairs after a long voyage. Lovely. We're having that. Oh, you better believe it. And it's nice and close. I think that event will eventually time out, but I haven't seen it yet. So I think these ones are just static ones that you can just do at any time you like. So no time pressure with those kind of missions. I mean, hopefully. Because, you know, it would break my fucking heart if we... it will break my heart if we miss out on another whaler, because those whalers are just a boon to Nassau in every single way of the term. Also, another little thing as well, whilst waiting for the fucking buzz to calm down on the stream, you can repair your ship, providing you have cloth and plank on board. Cloth will repair sail, plank will repair ship hull. I haven't needed to do that yet, and I've been in some pretty nasty scraps on this game, let me tell you. Right, we'll wait till morning. Having to pay gold. It's only 1 gold. It's the principle, though. I have to pay gold to wait. But then, I suppose it does cost me wages also. Right, let's get some things moving, shall we? Right, let's move our cargo across from the Fancy. Fuck! Warehouse then. Move, and the stone. Shit. Yeah, we're going to need that sooner rather than later. Because I don't know the exact ins and outs of how this works if you produce something and it goes over your tonnage. I get the impression that it might actually be lost. I don't think it would automatically transfer. Oh, also, the Revenge has just hit port as well. And Anne Bonny there has brought us back a load of ill-gotten gains. Happy days. So what you always want to do if you are high on warehouse space and short everywhere else, get building. Let's build a warehouse. That's the easy option. Uses materials, increases our capacity.
We've finished the work, Captain.
Did that? Oh. No, that was just a screen error. Never mind. And more planks. Let's get the next level of lighthouse. Next level of lighthouse just adds population, but you'll see there that it's a little tiny bit bigger. Calibrate that sextant. Thanks for the sextant, Dreams. Okay. We have that, we have that, we have that. Now that we've freed up a little hold space and made some extra, let's get into our fleet. Let's go and have a look at Anne Bonny. Manage her ill-gotten gains. Where is she? Nope. That one, that way, and there. Let's get her ill-gotten gains across. Lovely, 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 lovely. And be efficient with these. When you're not using them and you don't need them as part of your fleet, send them away. The more often you're doing this, every 20 days you're getting loads of resources. Silly not to. The bigger captains with the bigger ships, you'll get even more out of them because they've obviously got a lot more tonnage. Ooh, we'll do that, Whaler. I'll show you a duel, and then that'll be probably a good place to end it. Hopefully they actually add a bit of swordplay to the duels as well. Or maybe different duels. Some you go up against the ship's captain. Other times you go up against the ship itself. What is this? A corvette? Well, we can challenge them, and then that marks them on the map. Then we need to go there and do battle. Let us go and get that whaler first, though, because that's the real prize. Excuse me.
Captain, whaler ship ahead as we expected. They are raising anchor.
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem, Mr. Smee. Now, this is a big tonnage ship. And don't worry, Von Athon, it's Dane. He's a Danish. Or a reverse English. Copying our flags. Right. Now, we're not going to be able to get ahead of her. Well, we could, but she's underway already. So we'll rake from behind, and then to stop her coming about or fleeing, we will hit her with chain shot. And yes, we could ram. There are specific things for doing that later on in the game. You can get... There's a decent chunk of her crew. And another. She's only a whaler, though. We don't need to worry too much about her return fire, but I do try and keep it tactical at least. Turning your ship can elevate the guns ever so slightly. That's too low. Still doing some crew damage. There we go. And they have struck their colours. Lovely stuff. That's ours now, chat, and that is one huge mother. Huge. I'm not even that bothered about the cargo, even though you can sell the cargo for a hell of a lot. I want these ships. That's the equivalent, right now as we have it, of half a warehouse in the size, in the tonnage that we have warehouse-wise for Nassau. And she's ours. Look at this. 199 barrels of whale oil, you say? Does anybody... Cheers, Blue. Thanks, dude. Yeah, apologies about the quality. I'd love to stream this game all the time, but I'm sticking it to showing it off the first time, and only one at the moment. But this is going to be my second. But we want to get rid of that oil first. Is anybody buying it? So this is part of the problem of being enemies with nations, is you then can't trade the ones that need specific stuff. This does change periodically. People may need more. Marimaba needs iron all the time, I find. So I don't think the capitals change in what they really, really need all that much. But these things do change every 30 days. If you visit a big port, you can actually buy a report that then tells you all the harbours that you haven't visited, what they need over the next month. So that's a nice little touch. You pay gold and you get to know. You get to know things. I already found all the cargo. You can still find pearls. No, thank you. And then, so yeah, when you've completed it, it grays out. So there might be more here for us to get because we've been to that one previously, but we didn't get everything. So nice to be told when these sort of things are exhausted. I hate it in games where it's like, oh, look at this cool location to loot. Have I got it all? I'll never know. Anyway, where are we going to sell all this fucking oil? We could hold on to the oil and wait for a smuggler mission to come up so that we can sell the oil at a particularly good price. One of the other things that I would ask the devs as well with reputation, can we have a smuggler reputation, please? Because right now, I pull up to smugglers, sell them everything that they're after, take their gold, rake their decks with grape, and then take their ship and take all of my stuff back. So I get the gold, I get the goods back, and I get their ship. And there is no fucking comeuppance whatsoever. Again, these are the little tips and tricks and ways to exploit the game if you feel the need. But as I said, there's plenty of ways to earn gold quite easily in this without manipulating systems. Let's go to Andros. That'll do. We'll take the whaler with us for now. That way we can sell all of this cargo. So let's see what kind of a haul we got there after we make it daytime. And yeah, the problem with me trying to stream this without MetaQuest Developer Hub working properly is all of this stuttering, and it occurs when I'm doing the mainstay of the game, going up and down. So, as I said, thank you all very much for bearing with me during these trying times. I will continue. I did the same with Shogun. At least that didn't stutter, but I had to use MetaQuest the normal casting. And I'll continue to badger the developer and see if they'll do it. But again, I don't expect them to, because it's just me who complains about these things. So, right. Well, what's the... Oh, we didn't... What the... Is that because we went back to... Oh, did she automatically... No. What? Wait, where's my whaler? Has she escaped? Oh, man, she's escaped with all that oil. Did we go to Nassau with her? We didn't. We just sailed back. I'm sure we captured her. Fuck, maybe I didn't press the cap... Oh, there's a big ship lost. I can't even remember if we went to Nassau before then. Yeah, we've only got one whaler. Ah, fuck. Right, I've done that so many times. Pressed the capture button, gone on, looked at it and gone, yay! And not pressed capture ship. Fuck. No, I just left her out there. And now she's gone. Ah, well, spilt milk. There'll be plenty of opportunities. That 199 whale oil would have probably sold for at least 5, probably more than that. That was a massive score that we just missed out on. But never mind, we'll just get another one. What were we doing? Oh, we were going to go and challenge a pirate lord, were we not? Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. And could pick up some cotton, but I don't think we're going to need it. Let's make sure... I think we're going to have enough shot, but just in case, it is very cheap. Let's get a little extra. Cool. Ships. Talking about a merchant ship anchored. Seemed like easy prey. Yeah, I was wondering where to sell the oil and didn't actually get the fucking oil. Ah! What an idiot. Right. Oh, I can do this sat down. Fuck it. And yeah, now that, like, you know, the giveaway's over, I take it this is like tanking for a good 10 to 15 seconds. Is it every time I go up and down? Because that's fucking horrendous, man. They need to sort that out. Otherwise, like, you know, people might have tried to test stream this and just seen how garbage an experience they're giving out to people. Or, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't think it's just me. I believe it is MetaQuest's crappy casting service. Right. We're going to challenge these guys. Captain Samuel Bellamy is waiting for you to fight a duel. Sail up with one ship and battle to determine who is better. If you win, the defeated captain will join the Pirate Republic. Well, let's make him, persuade him to join. Oh, good, it's at night. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, we are completely outclassed here. However, I think we'll be okay. And if we're not, it doesn't matter. We'll just go down with the ship, won't we? Now, they have a lot more guns than us. But we can make use of the weather gauge. Note how the wind is coming in from this direction? It actually means that they can't sail towards us because they'll just flounder in the water. Are we going to take advantage of the weather gauge? You better fucking believe it. Come back out a little bit so you guys can see. Oh, and yeah, this view will probably help. Now, let's be careful of the coast, everybody. Bellamy! Coast! Ooh, those ones hurt. That's what those little explosions signify there. I believe they're critical hits, and they're also ones. Oh, we're going to have to turn into the wind now. Oh, well, there we go. Got him. Those explosions are kind of critical hits, and I've just seen it now what they're doing. They're the hits that are blowing off cannons. So now that Bellamy is part of our crew, let me get below decks and change it so you guys can fucking see what's going on. This would be such a better experience for me to stream if I could do it on MetaQuest Developer Hub. You'd be able to see everything, because as I said, I'm trying to work with the MetaQuest the MetaQuest casting thing, but it means that, like, you know, if I'm going to sail this, I would sail it like this. On MetaQuest Developer Hub, you would be able to see all of this and my hands and doing it. But on here, even though that's in my eye line, you'll maybe be lucky to see the tips of my fingers. It really annoys me. If you can't see what people's hands are doing in VR, why even fucking stream at all, you know? But anyway, right, down off the soapbox. Down, down. Now, we can just go and be across on Bellamy's ship. Ah, excellent, Mr. Bellamy. Everything looking shipshape here for my latest boat. Good. You there, swap the deck. Fill in that hole. You, sir, man the capstan. Ring that bell, sailor. Scrub me hearty. I could do this all fucking day. It's so good. So good. So now we have a new ship. And look, unlike other developers, it is actually a different model with a different disposition of crew. The cannons are all in place. This one is actually a little special in that it's a double-decker. So we have cannon down here, lower to the waterline, and then cannon up the top as well. And as I've talked about, like, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 per side. I believe this is an 8-gunner per side. So 16 total on her broadsides, then another 2 chasers at the fore, and then you can upgrade the back with another 2 aft chasers, taking our grand total to 8, 16. So she is a 20-gunner. You can get up to, I believe, I think the highest one that we can have from the Pirate Lords might be an 80. But I've seen big cannon ships, and if you can see them in this game, you can capture them in this game. So this is now ours. This is what we're going to be sailing. Now, one of the other things that, I mean, I don't quite know how you get round this, but we have our new ship. Can anyone see the problem with navigation? I can barely see what's in front of me because of the fucking sails. So it then does kind of mean you want to step to one side and then hold that left stick in. But I want to turn it myself, man. I want to be giving orders. Just in case anyone was wondering as well, there is no climbing up the rigging, although I'd love that to be put into the game. That would be great. There is no messing and fondling with anything down here. Unfortunately, I said about the greatness of like the damage models and bits and pieces. I saw you. You had your head inside this plank. I'll make you walk it next. But the fact that you can actually come down to these gun crews, hopefully not glitch out too much. Oh, it doesn't like it because I came down here from Stent. No, it just doesn't like me down here. Okay, maybe I'll go back to the top then. Doesn't like me walking on these, which, yeah, that's a... Oh, it's okay when I'm on them. So, like, for instance, if I get the crews to man the guns, we can then potentially do something that I've always wanted to do in VR, and I can line the cannons up, actually. You can't quite go up and down the line and give individual fire orders. I wouldn't expect you to. But the little things, man. It's the little things about this game. Right. Let us sail her to Nassau. Switch cargoes. See if we can finally get that upgrade for Nassau as well. Now, that one I don't have to capture. He is already in my fleet with a hell of a load of cannibals. And... let us sail back to Nassau. Now, because I damaged hull and sails of that ship, it is all the ships within your flotilla, within your fleet, within your admiralty, that will affect travel speed. You can only go as fast as the fastest ship, and that includes damaged ones as well, so that is something to be aware of. All nice little details that have been taken into account. Let's stop off at New Hope and grab all of their plank, because we're going to fucking need them. Nassau thirsts for the plank. Nassau not got wood. And yeah, you can't sell a pirate ship with a captain aboard it. Just in case anyone was wondering. Although we can sell all their guns if we wanted to, but I think we'll stay away from that. Let's grab all the plank. Let's grab all the sailcloth. We are going to need sugar soon, but I think we've got plenty back at Nassau. Any more information? No.
Captain,
Another smuggler's port there for us. And yeah, so like me looking down at the map and pointing to things, you might just about see the line and maybe see what I'm looking at. So I kind of have to do this for you guys to be able to see what I'm actually looking at, which is, well, it's going to give me Demio neck. It's going to give me that Demio neck. Right, that's everything here. But yeah, that MetaQuest developer hub view, I love it so. I love it so. Back to Nassau. I mean, we could pick up some more, couldn't we? Ah, it's cheap over here. Let's go and get that.
Captain, our friends returned from the sea. Their ship's hold is full of goods.
Again, I don't know if this is loud enough, but you do get notifications when your pirates, your liberated or your captain pirate friends dock. Another mechanic as well, you can pick up, let me put it to daytime, hopefully. You can pick up passengers. Hopefully you'll still be there in the day so you can see it. And basically, the passenger mechanic in this is very simple. Go to the tavern. If it says passenger here, press on passenger. The next port you hit has to be his destination for you to get paid. If it is not, he will fuck you off and get really pissed off and just leave. So, yeah. An Alberson merchant fleet. Any ports? No. Rumours? No. So we're just liberally spreading our gold to find out about stuff. The other thing that we need to do whilst we're here is I want all that wood because it is cheap. 61, that's plenty. And another 19 there as well. Good. We could pick up the quarried stone. Yeah, let's do it. It's not that expensive. We've got plenty of money and a little hold space. Lovely, 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 lovely. And let's go and build me that ship port, hopefully. I bet we still haven't got enough. Standard practice, wait till morning. It would be nice to be able to actually go to like a bird's eye view of Nassau instead of pointing at a map. But again, this suffices. This'll do. It'll do, donkey. Shipyard! Bam! we have a shipyard,
Let's
ladies
get
and
to work.
gents. So now, I will probably hold off on streaming this one until I can get it on MetaQuest Developer Hub. Or maybe I'll just bite the bullet and maybe I can find a better way to stream it that doesn't involve MetaQuest Developer Hub. I doubt it, though. And now that we have a shipyard at Nassau, I can start doing things like... where are we? Where are we? Where is she? So now I can upgrade, rename, repaint, and repair all of my own ships that are all docked here. So that is definitely a good thing. Which one was the one with all the tonnage? Can't remember. Bear with. Manage cargo. It was the Violent Whale, wasn't it? Nope. 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 Where's my whaler? Can't remember where my whaler is. Don't tell me she's run. The Evelyn. Cool. Now, one of the things that I would recommend is the whalers are very important in this, if you ask me. And so one of the things that I would recommend... Oops. So you'll see that we've got the shipyard option opened up, down... Oh, let's just grab our gold quick. Got the shipyard option opened up down here now as well. We are going to have to repair this one, so we might as well bite the bullet on that one. If we go to the Evelyn, I can now rename this. We can cycle through random names, but this is a big ship, and it's a very important ship to me. Let's see what we can get away with on the old... on the old filter, shall we? There we go. K2's fat ass. Because it's a big old ship. She does like a big old ship, don't you, K2? So, what I would... genuinely, what you should do with your whalers is just name them like Whaler or Warehouse or something along those lines. So, at a glance, you can see where all of your extra space is when things are in port. Like, for instance, you know, I would start making a point when I get ships that are going to be fighting ships specifically for the defense of. I will start calling them HMS something, so that I know that they are part of my fleet defense force. You can also then tell them to behave in different ways. At the moment, there's only either be aggressive and attack or run away. You can do that when they are in your fleet. You can also do that when they are anchored at Nassau. Ooh, 2 seconds. There we go. But yeah, I'm sure K2 will be very happy about that naming process. Now then, let us upgrade the wider. You'll see that we have bow chasers already. We can fit stern chasers. I like to have them. I don't use them a lot. We'll get those stronger sails. We'll get those bigger cabins. We'll get that large rudder. We'll expand the hold. We'll have a tough hull. Yeah, let's have a ram. So some ships, depending on their class, the higher the class, the more likely, can have a ram added. And there we go. We are now fully upgraded. It did take us a good, like, 8 grand, but this is a decidedly better ship than what we've had. We've actually skipped several. The Ranger is a very good ship, because it has a huge hold and a decent tonnage as far as gunnage is concerned. However, it is a wallowing sow when it comes to maneuverability. Can't remember. The Silhouette is a nice fast brig with a decent amount. For that one, her persuasive talent reduced the cost of recruiting sailors. Not a great ability. I'd like to see a little more from the abilities. I think the most useful one is either Jack Rackham's, because he reduces repair costs, which you can reduce again in your own port. The higher level you get, the cheaper upgrades and repairs are. And the other one that was really good was Benjamin Hornigold's discount at the Merchants Guilds. That's all right. Henry Jennings, higher rewards for doing governor missions. You will be doing a lot of governor missions, so that one is a good one. He also comes with a war galleon as well, which I haven't even seen yet. I've sailed the Queen's Anne Revenge. Good ship. Blackbeard is, this Edward Teach, that's Blackbeard by the way, is really good for getting better prices with your shipyard workers and unlocking cheaper ship upgrades. So he is very good. So I think he makes building things cheaper and upgrades cheaper. He is like, if I was going to game the system on this, I would go for Blackbeard first, because then you have, at the very start of the game, you have an amazing ship and you've got a really good ability in its captain as well. The thing that will stop you is, and I think this is a good shout, at the start of the game, you do not know where Fort Dauphine is. Now, I remember rightly, Fort Dauphine is down here somewhere, so you could sail the coast to find it, destroy the fort, get Edward Teach, then you would have the problem of taking a poxy little ship up against the Queen Anne's Revenge. That's something I would like to stream, gaming the fuck out of this, but I'll have to suffice with what we're doing for now. What else could we have? We could have a church.
Let's get to work. Captain, the building is complete.
As you can see, we have a full model of a shipyard now. Not a very good one because it's only level 1. We have a church. As I said, the lighthouse, as you expand it, grows. I think the docks do. The fort definitely does. Stop it! And I think that's about it. The rest of the models stay the same. You're going to be leveling up through them so much that I don't think it matters. It would nice for at least the first level model and the last level model to be different so that it looks like a sprawling settlement. What did we say we have here? A merchant fleet. Right, let's run out the port warehouse. We have the Rotten Crotch back from duty. Move all of this over. And the chain as well. Send her out in a minute. We have the Fancy. We have now exited the Fancy. Stage left. Let's get the grape shot off of her because we're going to need it. And that's us. Get that off. Get that off. We do not need that many cannonballs. That's probably too much. That's enough. Let's grab the chain shot. Let's grab a little grape shot, and let's grab a little chain shot as well. We have got more guns firing now. Ship stats for your stat nerds. We need to increase our crew, hull strength, sail. We've got 4 forward cannons. That's quite nice. So she is a 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 gunner ship. Nice. Third rate, I believe that would be. And then you get things like cargo hold, dead angle. The bigger the ships you get, the bigger their sail capacity. So actually, the faster they can be, but the less maneuverable they become. And then in addition to that, bigger ships have bigger dead angles because they have wider sails. Basically, that little red cone that you get, the bigger the ship, the bigger that red cone is. So it's a disadvantage, but you can work with that disadvantage and make it become an advantage, providing you can sail reasonably well. The weather gauge is always worth having. Let's hire all the crew.
New crewmates aboard, Captain.
There is no advantage to having the maximum number of crew. You can operate on a skeleton crew of, it's usually about half that. The more crew you have, the more wages you have to pay. I'd like to see some changes with that, in that crew efficiency has a percentage and it goes up to 100%, maybe over 100% when you get more crew, but then with, you know, more cons than just more gold for having more crew. There are more systems and more complexities that they could add to this game that would not be a million miles away from what they were doing, and they would add countless levels more of depth. That if you wanted to explore them, you could, and if you didn't want to, you wouldn't have to. Let's make sure we have everything sorted. Let us send our piratey friends away. Cheers, Jack. Cheers, Ned. And Bonnie's away already. Good. And then let's take out this lovely boat, shall we? Look at the size of that thing. And just before we go, let's give her a quick lick of paint. So I haven't shown this off yet. These, oh, hopefully this isn't juddering when I come into this frame rate tank. No, not when we come here. Good. Or hopefully not. So we can change the sail colours. I'd like to see the ability to put some sort of design on the sails or something. I've seen that in their other games. But we'll go with a... Let's go with a lovely cream, shall we? And then you have solid colour. Like your various degrees of wood, like your silver birch and stuff like that. And then you have your painted wood effect things as well. I like a... Let's go with that one. That. And that. And then let us change the hull to something proper, and then the piping to... No, that looks shit. A darker oak. Lovely. And then when you can... I think you can only save one preset at a time, but then you could make specific colours for your armada, save them, and then quickly put that paint job across all vessels. And there we go. Isn't she beautiful? Much better colours. Note the silver lining. And we don't need to build anything just now, although that's going to earn us more money. Yep. That'll do us. Bring her about, Mr. Smee!
Full speed ahead.
I'm really looking forward to the spyglass of this game, and I will continue to badger HN Games about the streaming side of things as well, because I'd like to stream this on MetaQuest Developer Hub. As I was saying previously as well, I had the same problem with another one of their games, and it was really very annoying. Yes, I am pacing the deck with my hands behind my back, because you can, can't you, really? And if you're not, you're fucking doing it wrong, aren't you, really? What a glorious vessel. And again, note all the changes that I have made to the paint skull and the masting and the rigging. It's all been changed in real time, and I can see it all now, and it's really, really nice. Right, last orders. Let's go and see how she fares in battle. The Wada. Ooh.
Captain, there's a merchant fleet ahead of us.
Spanish too. So yeah, if, again, so to kind of like bombard you with some of the tips and tricks as well, if I was playing this for the first time, avoid Spanish and English trade ships like the plague to maintain your relationship with them, or do missions for the Spanish and the English. Thank you, Vaughn. No, Fee. The jank is actually to do with the fact... hang on. Let me just do this and I'll tell you. Remind me if I don't pipe up about it, but I'm sure I will. Oh, we've gone early there. That was silly. Oops. We should be okay. I mean, they're only a merchant vessel. They're completely outclassed. But if we can avoid damage, we will. Oh, let's turn into the Wind Raker. Well, it's not a raking, is it? I was aiming for the deck. What are you talking about? Look at that smoke. Look at the amount of cannons we have, chat. It's one of the things I always thought was missing in... Right, remember to capture the ship this time, Fee. That's what we need to remember. I need to, not you. So, I can't remember in Assassin's Creed, you couldn't get different ships, could you? You could just upgrade the original one. Maybe there was one extra that you could get. I never remember putting enough time in to get them, and it was something that I always wanted. Just the simple pleasure of upgrading to a new ship and learning its capabilities and the extra hold and the crew and space and walking the deck. Oh, it's so good. So good. Right, capture. First thing to do. And now, because we have a bigger crew, we can take on a bigger crew. I know the capturing of ships is quite basic. I'm hoping that when they add the combat, that there is potentially a chance that you might be able to mitigate through certain ways to then maybe have to duel the captain or fight along AI and actually board the ship. I do doubt that coming, but there you go. So as far as... let's get this sailed back to a pirate hideout. Have you got a military escort? And it's British. I want to avoid that. Cool. Let's go back here. So, the problems with this game and its streaming. Now, I don't think it is a problem with meta. Or potentially. I don't know. I think this might be a problem with HomeNet Games' games. I didn't get any stutter with HomeNet Games with Shogun Empire, and I don't think I did get any with Warplanes, but I remember I didn't end up streaming much of Warplanes because I had to use the meta casting thing. The problem is, ultimately, the meta casting, the normal meta casting that everyone can do just by going into the menu and turning the website on and pressing that. It used to be okay, but now it's got a lot fucking worse. That tapered with the fact that I can't use MetaQuest Developer Hub with HNG Games, which is the developers of this, and it's been a few of theirs as well, means that I'm forced to. I just don't think they've got the coding there for allowing this to look good during a stream, and it's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. I hate playing this way, because I know you guys can't see, and I can't remember my kids' birthdays, let alone remember to look a little bit lower in the stream for everybody's entertainment. I do try. It doesn't work. So, what did the fast adder have? She had a load of rum. We'll sell that. Some chain shot. Some standard shot. We'll take her logs. We'll also... skip today. Yeah, no worries, dude. No worries. We'll grab those planks, get them on the wadar. The wadar. We'll get that sailcloth as well, because we're going to need a lot of that for the earlier upgrades. We'll transfer those, because that's what we make plank out of. Oh, that's us full. Okay, transfer those back. Take the cannons. We've got them all. Good. Now, this is a bigger class of ship. This is... Ooh, this is a 16 gunner and 12k's worth of capacity. I like her. I like her, chat. We'll keep her. Put the cannons back on. She doesn't need... she might. Right, okay. We won't sell her. We'll take her back with her. That's easiest. And I haven't actually done this yet as well. So, yeah. Let's sail back to Nassau and drop her off. And it's easy. It's as simple as go into fleet overview, find the ship that doesn't have an anchor. If they're anchored, that means they're almost like stored in Nassau. And then they will be part of its defense, I believe. I've always intercepted attacks before they get to Nassau. I've never actually fought with a fortress at my back. That I'm looking forward to doing. But I do get the impression that the game is casual enough that if you don't want to have to do that, you don't have to. So we will anchor import. Note that if I wanted to... Where is it? Oh, it didn't change it. Maybe it didn't change it because it wasn't allowed. Hang on. It didn't change it. I don't think I pressed the change name button. Oops. Did that time. Yes, I know we've already done this once. I should paint it green as well for her, shouldn't I? I'll paint it green. Change name. She does wear her new name well, Captain. K2's fat ass. And... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. K2's cloth is very holy. I'm sure she'll appreciate me. Greening it up for her. Oh, there's a bit of blue there on the railing. Can't be having that. You can even have a green fucking... Well, let's keep it reasonably realistic, shall we? Dark green. Dark green. Lovely. There you go. K2's fat ass. We can even go and have a look aboard her. I actually haven't been on one of the whalers. That would be quite interesting to have a look on, wouldn't it now? Wouldn't it now? No, don't man the guns.
Man the guns!
Oh, she's... Ah. Get him. Fleet overview. There you go. And then that's easy to identify. Like, I will rename that later, and I'll just call it whaler or storage or something. But for now, it's funny. So if I put that as my support ship, and then you can literally just switch to the deck of any ship that you have in support.
Captain,
And here we go, look.
Sexton has been
She's only,
nominated.
oh my god, this is why whalers are so easy to take. There's only got 2 fucking guns. It's got two bow chasers. Lots of craft to get over the side as well. That's a hell of a lot of sail, Jesus.
Throw the sail!
But yeah, so there you go, K2. Miss Green's ship. Don't ask what it's called. Let's put her back. Let's put her back. Anchor in port. Simple as that. As I said, this I would like to change, and this will be my closing note. Please, devs, if we could rename captains, or maybe have, like Downtown Club has, a stock of captains' names, so that as I'm playing the game, Captain Von Vonus is the captain of a ship that I end up fighting, potentially capturing, and then releasing, and then that she might come back to haunt me. Not like any kind of like revenge system or anything, but, you know, just seeing the names of your friends in a game that isn't multiplayer. And what I will say as well is I am holding hope for a decent multiplayer game, but it is, I feel, going to have to be, because of how the systems of this game work, be actually adversarial versus multiplayer as opposed to cooperative. I mean, there will be cooperative in that you might be able to fight alongside another ship, and what makes me think that is that you're not going to be able to play a cooperative game like this when there is a fast travel button, because who is it then gets to be in control of the fast travel? And then you could say, but you could all be on the same ship. Well, what would everyone do? You can't individually fire cannons. You can't climb the rigging. I only have to put my hand in the air to do... you know, it's very easy to command this ship by myself. I don't need anyone to do it. So, either they really go to town with changing fundamentals about the game to make it cooperative, or I'm afraid it's not going to be cooperative. What I see the future of the multiplayer of this game the same as the multiplayer in the mobile phone game that they've based this all on, or taken assets from, or used material from and upgraded to VR, because it's very much upgraded from what the mobile phone version has in graphics, definitely, and in VR, of course. In systems, not so much, but, you know, it's still early access, they're still adding things. You that scrub, and yeah, I don't think the multiplayer is going to be much more than what the mobile has, where you take command of a ship and then you just go up against each other. Having said that, though, even that could be really fun. Could you imagine if you could do that in Black Flag? Go up against each other, you know, multiplayer against ships? I don't think you were ever able to. I always thought that would have been really good. Add some decent maps, add rough seas, treacherous rain, maybe NPC ships out there, or various objectives to try and go after. You know, you're all pirate vessels, and one of you has to be the border to a ship and then sail it out of there to win. There's so much, so very much that they could do with what is an already really good and coming on game, and it's still in early access, and is also quite cheap for what it is. So you heard it here first. I don't know if they're going to put the price up, but they should when it comes out of early access, because it would be worth it still. And on that bombshell, we shall indeed end it there. This has been the Pirate Republic of Nassau, running natively, just about because of the streaming, on the Quest 3. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.